Hello, welcome back for some SGL action here on a nice Thursday evening. I'm in the booth. It is your own Toad Death, and we're joined by a very special first-time guest, Animex, anonymity or something like that.
Yes,
Welcome in.
Anom X. Yep, happy to join. Happy to be on here. Happy to join the crew.
That was all legitimate. I actually forgot what your full name is. Anomaly. That's right. Yeah.
Yes, there's so many AKAs in there just because of community names, but here we are.
And that is that from Stalker Anomaly or different?
No, it goes all the way back to like the Halo 2 days for one random reason. So, yep, it needed to create a gamer tag back in the day when it was a little bit harder to find open names, and here we are.
Those were the good days. Yeah.
Yes.
But okay, let's turn our attention. Tonight, we're going to see Axe and Rose go up against the Rebellion. Before we get to that, let's go through some of the games that have already been played and some of the games that are still to be played. El Matador went the full distance against La Cinco Doce, and La Cinco Doce gets their first win of the season. I believe that's their first win. Did you happen to catch this one? This was
Yeah, it was pretty much back and forth the whole match. It was
So
actually
good.
a pretty good game, and it was one of those when you got to Game 5, you really didn't feel like either team had a clear advantage, and to see Matador fall there in the end was a little hard, being the little part of our Matador family. But here we are. It was a good match.
And are you on Burn? Is that right?
Yep, we're throwing down with Dallas Burn, first season with him.
So is there a rivalry, or is this like a brotherhood?
I would like to say there was a rivalry, but our first matchup didn't go very well from our side. I think it was a little bit of chemistry issues. We played better in our second match. We had that 2-0 reverse sweep to come back, but there's a little bit of rivalry, but they were mechanically a lot better for us in that first match.
Do we have your permission to call like the next matchup between you two, like the ponies versus the cows? Can I go ahead with that title?
No, I don't know about that. That's too much DFW. That's too much Cowtown.
Dang it. Okay.
We'll do better. We'll do better later and come back to that.
Yeah, we had another civil war that actually happened this week against my own team. Emerald City RC took on Sounders RC, a newcomer into the league. And that one went down 3-1. And spoiler alert, I did the ratings a little early. Sue me, okay? I got a perfect 10. I'm throwing that out there. My first perfect 10 in my entire existence.
I don't know if there's any bias or anything there, but yeah, it was a good match. We're tuning in. It seemed like one of those ones where it felt like it could have been a 3-0. Let's just be honest, and we're going to talk about that maybe 3-0 when we get to my match. Cough here in a second. But it was a good match. I mean, I think Sounders stayed in it. There were two like really defensive games, and then that kind of like that third one got a little bit away from them.
Yeah, I mean, we did want to get that sweep, but it wasn't possible for us. I think Sounders RC played a great game too, and we just pooped all over ourselves, to be honest. That's the only way to describe it.
Yeah,
But enough about us. It's your own team next here. EM Dallas Burn took on FSD Chrome. How was that one?
Yeah, it was good. I think we played better than what the 3-1 was, and people that are watching the chat, like, they may have saw that 9-0. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't in that 9-0, so we don't want to have to talk about that. But I think that, like, it did feel like Chrome was a better overall team. I think the way that we played pretty well as a team. Caesar was doing his thing, flying off the wall, getting his double taps. I think we built chemistry. We built off that 3-2 previously. I think there were some goals that were left out there. There were some open nets that were missed. I probably had a couple of those. The hardest mechanic in the game is hitting an open net. So it was a pretty good game. We had a lot to build on, and we'll see what we do with it. But Chrome was, I think, ultimately a better team.
It is the hardest shot to make. Was Pico David Luiz part of one of those 9-0s?
We're gonna leave him out of that. I don't.
No, obviously.
Yeah. He didn't slip me any money for that.
No. Unknown. We'll
yeah,
we'll
just true. I think the stats got lost or something. When you're playing devs, you never know.
Dang it! Yeah, we lost that one. Bummer. All right, I think that does it for the games that already happened this week. There's still a lot to play. Speaking of a lot to play, there's 3 games happening tonight, back to back to simultaneously, possibly at the end. So, first off, Axe and Rose versus the Rebellion happening in just a couple minutes from now. After that, we're going to have Steel Army and Los Verdes are going to battle between the two of them. And 15 minutes later, we're going to get EC Eternal and FSD Azul kicking off. We'll see if they push it back, but I think that might actually be a firm start time for them. And if that's the case, we'll do a simulcast, and it'll be great. And if not great, it'll be good.
It's gonna be great because we're on it. We have this.
We've got it. We're on it.
I think these are 3 good matches. I mean, looking at it, the first one, like just looking at the stats. If anybody knows me, I'm a stats guy. The stats in this one seem like this is going to be an offensive game. I think Axe and Rose, they had a great second game versus Los Verdes in their sweep, putting down. I think the hamburger herder with the hat trick to clinch it. I'm excited to see the offense in this first one. Rebellion, I mean, they were on fire. They're a team that clearly you want to see them. They're looking like they're going to get back to the premiership if we're watching just going off of one game. They win their game 5-0, 6-1, 4-1, and they put up a lot of goals doing it. I think there's going to be a lot of offense in that first game, and it's something I'm really excited for.
If we can, what kind of predictions do you have going into this one as we see some stats pop up on the screen?
Oh, that's a tough one. I was afraid of the question. I saw Axe and Rose in one of their matches. I saw them versus Verdes, and they were all offense. They controlled that match. There weren't too many threats coming at them. So if I'm going to be honest, I think the one thing that I'm excited to see for Rebellion is testing Axe and Rose, see how their defense is, see how they are against the back wall. Rebellion's going to put up goals. They fly the ball around. In their 15 goals in their first match, they had 10 assists. So they're a team that works together. So I think those two things competing against each other. I think I probably, if I'm going to have to pick, if you had it up to my head, I'm probably going Rebellion, but I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's pretty wide open. I think it's both teams that have played well. They're offensive and have a lot to show out there.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be nearly as reserved. I'm going to go for a Rebellion sweep. I'm thinking we'll get the paddles out and Axe and Rose is going to get spanked. And that's not even to be inflammatory. I just think that's going to be reality. I sincerely hope Axe and Rose puts up a good fight here. This is one of the only seasons where I've seen them like actually get really competitive, get some wins. There was a little while there where they weren't doing the best, if we can say. And so this has been like a redemption arc for them, and I want them to continue. I just think the Rebellion are a bit of an insurmountable force right now. And it doesn't even matter who plays on their team. Looking at their squad, I'm going to spoil some stats here, but they're insane. And that's the spoiler. The Rebellion, Champ 2, Champ 1, Diamond 3, Champ 1. I mean, these are all great ranks for this championship. So, no weak players.
Yeah, for us mechanically challenged champ players, I think I would agree with you. I mean, I think if I'm looking at it, just going off of the teams that you're looking at their scores, I mean, if I was to say, here's my prediction, probably, you know what, I'm going to give them a game. I'm going to say it's 3-1, probably Rebellion. I think I do like that. But I think they are a team. Rebellion's going to play quick. I think that the way they hit the ball around the field, like I said, that the team play from them has been there. They're in just one match that we've seen them, they have more assists than any other teams in per game that they have. So they're a team that hit the ball well. They seem to play together. They play good defense. They don't give up easy goals. And I think when you look on the other side, Axe and Rose, like, yeah, their win did come against a team that maybe isn't your best in the league with Los Verdes. And that's a team they are going to get some confidence on, and they got that win. But I think sometimes you get a little bit of inflated stats from games like that, but it also gives you some confidence, and I think they can take something from that.
I agree. Kickoff moments away. We might have time to just zoom through these stats. I'm sure these guys are ready to go. Momentarily, no matter what happens, it's gonna be a good series. It could just be one-sided. Okay, no time for stats, folks. The yapping had to come to an end. It's game time. We're gonna have Polar Shorts And who is that? Polar, Shorts, and Pipe Shot Gogan for the Rebellion. The Dark Shade Canty and a GD Delight. Bringing it in for Portland.
You look right off the bat. You have Polar with the shot, gets the first one short into the corner, looking to create some early offense upfield. Doesn't really get much to it, and sends it straight across again to the reset. A little bit of boom ball on the double commit, but first opportunity, Shorts looks for it, but it's knocked away down the field, and Adelaide again up the side, keeping it against the side wall.
Been a good showing so far from Axe and Rose. We're only a couple seconds in, but they're looking good combining. Very interesting play coming out of them.
Look at a double commit. Now triple commit. Polar comes up the side, looks to put it down across the middle. Nobody able to read it, but back against the post. It's Adelaide again with the clearance as they send it down to the other side of the field. Gogan with the ball, full boost. Bumps it back towards the middle as we get a demo down the pipe.
Ooh. That was scary. I think that was more of a cross into his own area. Polar double. No. Oh, yes. Pipe Shot Gogan cleans it up. Great play from Polar. I was rooting for him here. How does he miss that? And
yeah, he really thought that he was going to have the double tap there, but his teammate's able to come right around the outside and clean it up. And a double commit sent two players upfield and really no chance to play defense on the backside of that ball.
The only hope was an open net miss, and the hardest shot sometimes has to go in.
Delight with the clearance, not really sending it to anybody. Pipe shot, easy pass through the middle, but keeps it right against the wall. It's Dark Shade, looking to clear it, doesn't get it. Short sends it across, nobody there to put it home as it goes across the goal line once again.
Short play here. Shorts wanting that pass. Doesn't get the reception that he's probably looking for. Oh, what a massive tackle from Pipe Shot Gogan. Good out from Canty. What can't he do?
I like the pun, but on the other side, it's Polar putting it into the back of the net. Gets the easy pass. Shorts put it back up in the air. Not really any defense to keep that away. Polar pretty much a wide open shot. Top right of the goal. Easy finish. 2-0 lead.
This is more what I was expecting from the Rebellion. But I still don't think this is them at their final form. There's another Saiyan 1 or 2 to come after this, I think. As the Dark Shade's going to kick that one out. We want to see Axe and Rose really work their way into this game and play with no fear. That's the only way they're going to come out of here with a game or more. Anything can happen. But if you're playing defensively and reserved against this team, against the Rebellion, pack it up.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference right now has been there's really not been any opportunities. A couple times Axe and Rose has had some chances to put the ball across the goal or towards the goal, and it seems like they haven't been able to come up with that answer for the finish.
Wow. Wow, what is this? Valverde just smashes it from halfway.
Yeah, it doesn't get much easier than that. You had a demo coming across, got a decoys with the fake, easy shot for Gogan. Pretty much an open field goal to take it 3-0.
It's getting a little casual now from Rebellion. They've got a lead. Shot in. A GG Delight. Let's go. A bit of life is breathed back into this one.
Yeah, you didn't think that was kind of out of nowhere. I mean, low boost, upfield. It seems like there was a chance for the defense to get across that, but pretty much a wide open shot on goal. Took advantage of it and got the miss.
There's Luis calling out a Valverde mention. Are you, oh my gosh. What? What did I just witness?
That was a short play, if we're going to be honest here. It was straight across the goal.
I thought Shorts tried to miss.
I don't know if it was a pass or a goal. Looked like an OG in the end, but that's a 4-1 to kind of repad their 3-goal lead.
Yeah, that was a brief, maybe 5-second, 1 goal brought back, 2 goal difference.
Delight sending it back across, really not really connecting with his teammates. If they're going to want to get into this, and you kind of look at the match like this, now 5-1 as Polar puts another one in. You want to get some confidence. You're now down 4 goals, probably not coming back in game 1. If you get some Blink 182 on that goal celebration, you can always appreciate that for us older people. But you want to get some confidence. You have a minute and 30. You may not be able to get back in this match, but see what you can get out of it. See if you can get some momentum.
I'm glancing at the scoreboard here. I've got a GD Delight leading the charge for Axe and Rose. The only goal and the only saves, a pair of them, coming from him. It looks like he's actually playing fairly well right now. Canty and Darkshade might have to just provide support because he looks good.
Yeah, you gotta feed the hot hand. I would agree with that. I think he's looked the most confident, at least on the balls. You almost get another own goal as Delight goes up into his own goal, kind of rounding his way. And yeah, he seemed like the most confident one out there. And if they can feed the ball to him, maybe they can pick a goal or two. And like I said, get some momentum for game 2.
It's a good chip up, and Polar's going to be first to it. Shot opportunity. Good save from Delight. Well, I'll call him Delight. It saves a couple syllables coming out of me.
Yeah, you know, for the new guy, the pronunciation guide would always help. But, you know, we're good.
We need a pronunciation
I don't even know what that was.
That'd be great. There's this Anim guy. It's the worst.
Yeah, nobody knows what his name or even what his initials even are. Little boom ball here late in this match in the first game. 5-1 lead. Delight, who we're appropriately naming now, goes head-to-head with Shorts. Not really much going on there in the corner. Not really much offense either. What do you think's going to be the difference that they may need to do to be able to get it back? A lot.
Yeah,
Loaded question.
Mid-series trades. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be so tough. Ball touches grass. The Rebellion just convincingly win it 5-1. It wasn't particularly close. There was one good opportunity from Axe and Rose, and they did take their chance. You can see that backed up by the stats. One shot in 5 minutes of play, and they get the goal.
Yeah, I mean, you're batting 1,000, but it doesn't look good when you're giving up 11 shots the other way. They were pretty much having their way with it. Only they got 5 goals in, so under 50% if you want to take a positive for Axe and Rose. But from what it is, kind of domination from that first one. But hey, new game's a new game. You got beat 5-1. What can you do on the next one? Do you sub in? Do you bring new guys in? I think it's just a matter of if they can connect some of their plays. Like you said, Delight was a little confident there. If he can come back around, maybe they can steal one, get some confidence, come back into this.
And I don't want people to misunderstand. I love Axe and Rose. This is just a tough matchup for really anybody. The Rebellion, an incredible team in the championship. Could have maybe squeezed into the Premier. They would probably be near the bottom. Or if they slot into the championship, they're going to be up near the top. So really tough, one for just the leagues and how that shakes out. So I want Axe and Rose to do well. If I'm beating up on them, it's all in good fun. But man,
if you have your Rebellion jersey on, it's okay.
Yeah.
Be honest with it here, but I mean, the way that they played there. I mean, look, you have Polar 7 shots just by himself. Polar was all over the place last game, and they're going to be someone that you got to bump him, you got to demo him, you got to take him out of the play, you got to know where he is on the field. And if you can do that, it can help you out a little bit.
I think we might get a server reset, I wonder. I'm not privy on all the information behind the scenes, but we'll see what's going on.
We just work here. Looks like we have a missing player from Rebellion, which, I mean, I don't know if it would have made a difference if we want to be honest. Like, let's play 2v3, see what happens, right?
That'd be crazy. Can we do that?
You just to pick someone that gets eliminated from your team and go at it?
Back in the day, I believe that was allowed in SGL many seasons ago. There used to be 2v3s, but I don't think that's allowed anymore. I think that's an instant forfeit. So, congratulations on a hard-fought win for Axe and Rose. Appreciate you guys coming out. It's been a good one.
Yeah, right. Looks like they're still communicating, trying to figure out who their third is going to be in the server. I think it's one of those things where, I mean, there is a little bit of boom ball from that. Axe and Rose, if they're going to want to get back into it, learn to get a little bit of control. I know it's really easy to just hit the ball down the field, but I think that was one of the things that made it difficult. I mean, there were 2 of those goals that were just simply kind of a boom ball giveaway possession, when it seems like maybe if they would have held it, they may be able to have an opportunity on goal, put something away. I know that's one of the hardest things to learn too, is just simply being able to control it and not just hit it away. But I think that would help Axe and Rose if they want to steal a game here in this best of 5 series.
Well, on that point, I remember Canty was carrying the ball downfield. Maybe there was about a minute to go in the game, somewhere in there. He was carrying it down the field, and Rebellion recognized the danger so quickly and just instantly swarmed him and demoed him before he could even, really launch any sort of attack competently.
Yeah, I think it was Gogon on that one where he just takes him down. And exactly, I mean, if you're Axe and Rose, you probably want to be doing the same thing to Polar. Polar, who was creating a lot of offense in that game, and you look at the assists between him, 2 assists for him, Shorts with 3 assists. Once again, all of their goals are assisted goals, and I think that was one of the big things coming in. Is 15 goals coming in, 10 of them had assists, and what are they doing again? 100% rate on the assists. So they're a team that is working together to create opportunities, and if you could take those opportunities away with a bump, a demo, anything like that, I think it's going to go a long way.
Sounds like Shorts had a short, so we'll be taking a short break while he comes back.
Little short circuit action.
Yeah. All right, who's in chat? We've got Polar's in chat. What are we doing? Skyline. Oh, there's Skyline, another Toad. Maz, Luis. I'm still waiting on Luis to change his name. It seems like that's not going to happen, though.
We had Polar so confident in his game that he was chatting on the side to keep things going. That's lovely.
Yeah, what's the timestamp on this? Polar. When did you send
every single goal? Every single goal. He's giving us some stuff in the chat.
I want to what a save every goal. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Shorts is back.
Like we're about ready. Yep, here we go.
If Shorts is back, we're back. It seems like the same lineup for everybody. Canty, Delight, Darkshade going up against Polar, Gogan, and Shorts. Early attack. This is such a good start. They might have had a little team talk in the back room.
Yeah, Darkshade with the opportunity to put that across goal. Wasn't able to do it. Defense came right in, cleared out. It was Shorts all over the field, who has this opportunity back in the net, just like that. Easy little tap around the side. He goes up the corner. Easy finish for the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that's a man coming off a fresh PC restart. Like, that's mint.
Sometimes you just gotta cool it off and get it ready to go, and that computer was ready to go.
Whoa, big 50 coming from Delight. Shorts has got the boost, got the patience. Does he have the skill? He's got the skill too. These guys are
I really like what he's playing right now, especially confident. Got the bump right there. That was big on Gogan. Teamwork, almost able to hit it across for the open shot. Oh, Short's a little too confident.
Oh, that's such a good pass. Whoa! Come on! That is beautiful stuff. Good pass across, good awareness from Darkshade, and top bins.
Wow. Yeah, as good as that shot is from Darkshade, that's Canty all day. That pass was beautiful right across. Gave him an easy shot to put up in the top corner. Beautiful on our parts.
We're tied 1-1 after a minute. Much, much better. This is kind of similar to where we sat in game 1, but it feels different.
Yeah, I think the way that you look at Delight's kind of been all over the place here. Canty's been all over the place. Canty, a good clearance right there. Smart clearance. Canty again against the back wall. Going to have a chance to put it towards his team. Nope, it's going to be Polar. Looking to clean it up, but he misses it. Gets the feed from his team. Push back for a Darkshade.
The tough one to read. Oh, Polar's so quick. Pinch across. It's a good pass. Delightful cut from him. Really needed that save.
Yeah, Gogun once again putting it in the middle. Canty, a little bit of clearance. It's Dark Shade hitting it up. Short with the answer. Will he get the pass?
It's a so no. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Look away.
Do we have a stats for own goals? Because you know what? We're going to put that in that bucket.
Yeah.
Canty had a chance, Dark Shade had a chance, but that bounce was just really tough to play off of. Not much you could really do there. They had a chance to defend it, but it wasn't very clean, so ends up in the back of their own net.
Oh, ball is so... No, okay, it's just in. Okay, I'm going to say my point anyway. On the previous goal, there was an opportunity for Portland to play their way out of defense. There was an open Axon Rose player up on the left side of their field, and someone cleared it to the right, straight to a defender. If they can recognize the situation of where their teammates are, how to play out without getting countered immediately, they're going to have a chance in this game. But if they're not recognizing that play, then this is the result.
Yeah, I think we hit a really dangerous part of this game, 3-1. The next goal is going to be really important, and Shorts is looking to see if it can be a part of his team, but sends it a little too far across for Polar. If Canty and the team wants to get back into this, they're going to need to play smart. They're going to need to play patient. They're going to need to watch out for plays exactly like that. Wide open field. Polar, all he has to do is just put it up in the top cupboard where Mama keeps the Thin Mints.
I like that joke, by the way. But it's him recognizing where the defense is, and he has the skill to just kiss it on the underside of the crossbar. Great placement. Doesn't need all the power in the world. It's just really solid play. Good clearance from Shade, but yeah, Polar's the man to stop right now.
What's kind of interesting about this one, I think Axon Rose is actually playing a little bit better in this game, but they're down 4-1, and sometimes it's the smarter team that can take advantage of those simple mistakes, and that's what Rebellion's been able to do. They get those opportunities, and sometimes you just need a little bit of opportunity, and it's in the back of your net, and that's what they've been able to do.
You heard it here first, and I'm calling out the massive IQ difference in the two teams.
You know, one team's got to be smarter than the other.
Good save. Good shot from Canty. We need to see more of that from him. A GD Delight, he's backpedaling. He's misflipping. They might have escaped, actually.
Yeah, for Rebellion, they had a great rotation there. A little bit surprised they weren't able to get that. They may get it here.
Oh!
Post off the post. Polar, nope, clears across to the other side corner. He's all over the place. I mean, it is just orange all over the field. Rebellion is just pretty much chance after chance.
There's the ball in. Polar just so strong in the attack. He reaches up, rises like a salmon, and just slaps Dark Shade.
Yeah, I think the key to that play, that kind of seemed inevitable that this was about to be 5-1. Just about every opportunity, it was just a matter of time, and they're going to get a shot on goal. They were clearing it to both sides. We talked a little bit about Axon Rose playing a little bit smarter, and not so much on that play.
You know, it's reminiscent of my time playing Overcooked 2, where you know you're going to fail a mission because dishes are coming out, you're burning things, you're throwing things in the garbage, there's fires happening. You know you're going to fail. It's just a matter of time. And that's how it is in defense sometimes.
We're going to go with a frustrated reference of it's like playing medic in Battlefield. You're just useless and running around.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of useless and running around, it is not Shorts. Polar, look at his pass. That was beautiful. As soon as he hit that off the back wall, all this teammate had to do was finish. Axon Rose tried to clear that out. They were close on a 50, but back of the net once again for 6-1.
You know, I never noticed this before, but Shorts has a little, is that a Fox profile pic? Furry confirmed?
How about this? We have, for the random TCU fans that are out here, the Josh Hoover furry stuff.
Oh my gosh. Play the audio. We have a Brazil 1-7.
Yeah, this is getting rough quick. This is the most goals they put up this season so far. Now 7-1, coming off of their sweep in their last. It was 5-0, 6-1, 4-1. Now 8-1 here in game 2. It's not much to say here. I mean, you want to play for confidence, but sometimes confidence goes out the window. It just seems like this is all one team.
Oh, good save from Canty. I have liked what Canty's bringing here in game 2. Obviously, it's not worked out totally. There it is. See, it's a great pass. Shout out my commentary as exactly what I wanted to happen happened.
Yeah, if they could have had 3 Cantys on the field, they would have scored that. But unfortunately, they only have 1, and they're down 8-1 as another one goes in the back of the net. That one was a little bit unlucky. I think they played well. It's probably one of those goals that it's 10 seconds left, you're down. Darkshade kind of misses the ball. Kind of an easy tap in there. But 8-1 probably isn't a reflection of how the early part of this played, but this has been all one way.
No, I think you're right. I think given normal circumstances, they play that one out more carefully and cautiously. But with, 5 seconds left in the game, they're looking to just turn downfield, instantly make an attack. And unfortunately for them, they instantly get scored on, and it's 8-1. And the Rebellion are looking as sharp as ever.
Yeah, 8-1 game. It seemed close in the middle. I mean, we were 3-1 talking about next goal could be important, but, Shorts came up and said, not today, Junior. 4 goals, 4 assists, 2 saves, 8 shots there for the 8-1 Rebellion win in game 2 to take it 2-0. It just seemed like he was all over the place. And like we said, Canty on the other side, if you could duplicate him, have 3 of them playing out there, maybe it's not an 8-1. He had some great passes there despite the loss, but it was pretty one-sided.
Yeah, earlier on in game 1, I think we called out Delight as a fairly strong performer for Axe and Rose. And here he is sitting at the bottom of the table with under 200 points. So something's clearly gone wrong for their organization. And I'm thinking we want to get Delight probably more involved and have Canty as the playmaker. You saw him flick that ball on. He's very reliable in defense, at least as this level goes, right, with Championship. So we want to have Canty involved in the build-up play and maybe Delight finishing. But it seems like they're just stuck in defense the whole time.
And I think defense is a theme there. At the same time, like, they need to get up. They need to probably work on a little bit of communication. It's something they were in each other's way. And never say never, but sometimes never is the best way to say it. Here going to game 3. Probably our last game. What do you think?
Well, you called out a 3-1. I was going to ask you if you wanted to change your prediction.
I feel much less confident today. But you know what? We're going to stick with it. 3-1. They're going to get in here.
If they can do it, I'm so here for it.
Look, blind squirrels find a nut every once in a while. Not calling anybody blind squirrels, but here we are.
I think the most squirrel-like person here is going to be Shorts. Oh my gosh, there he is. Hello. Let's look at his furry profile pic again.
Yeah, that was a pretty short amount of time before he found the scoreboard. I think it's just a matter now who's going to have your most goals at the end of this match. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a fight between them. Shorts, beautiful finish on the redirect, but all about that pass. That pass to get up high on the wall was beautiful.
Oh my gosh! Canty with a kickoff goal!
Man, look at the rows on top of that card, too. Chef's kiss. Kickoff goals will get you back in it. Again, another one where they're going to keep it close early. They need to build on this. They have not been able to build on this. It's been an answer right back every time for Rebellion. If they can keep them off the scoreboard for just a couple seconds, maybe they got a shot to get something here.
I know Luis in chat pointed out that we're going to have Rebellion versus Steel Army next week. Pipe shot, Gogan's going to cut me off. Really nice play coming out from... Oh, I'm shocked. Rebellion.
Yeah, what was that point? Don't give up a quick goal. What do you do? Quick goal.
Yeah.
It was short-lived. Back of the net.
We need Guy Giverson back here. I think Guy might be before your time. Oh my
Yep.
Word.
Anything is before my time if it's before the season. And just like Polar, before their time is done. Now 3-1. Just about everybody finding the scoreboard. I do. Every time he scores, it makes me happy. The Blink 182, I can feel it. That's one of my favorite celebration songs. I am a Blink fan. Been to several of their concerts. Yes, that ages me just a little bit.
Good save. Canty, quick shot. It's way high. Gonna bounce down for Delight.
Yeah, I think
And there's the
difference-
third man from Portland, and it's off to the races again.
Yeah, you said it exactly right. There's 3 guys there every time. Every time that Axe and Rose gets an offensive attack, there's 3 guys right there cutting it off. They're not jumping in front of each other. Canty with a good shot, again, pushed away. They're easy shots on goal that are not challenging the kind of back line for Rebellion.
1-3. The score is far from embarrassing. It is very playable right now. Axe and Rose just has to keep it tight, stay solid, do not overcommit, but also be confident. It's almost just like saying be better than you are.
Yeah, I think it's right back to where we are. Polar with a good save right there. Was just about to say 3-1 once again. Next goal is huge in this kind of score line. And it's been the Rebellion being able to put it away. But if Axe and Rose can hold on, get one, trim the deficit, keep giving them a chance. But just like that, wide open shot from Polar. Redirect, no. Nobody there to clean it up.
Unforsaken in chat asking what league this is. This is Rocket League. How does he not know? Shorts is gonna make it 4-1. It's come on, keep it interesting here.
Yeah, that's his second goal. Easy shot there. Just pretty much had to put a power on it. The light tried, got a piece, but good power there from Shorts. That's what you want to see on a shot like that. Put it power on it, get it high, make it jump, make it awkward. Really tough play to save that, and Shorts was all over it.
No, this is actually Supporters Gaming League. It is a league of soccer supporters, all from throughout. I think it's now just limited to the United States. Gets together, forms a league, plays some games, talks some shit, and here we are, 10 seasons later.
Rest in peace, Toronto.
At least they're going to the baseball cup, whatever that thing's called.
Oh no, he said baseball cup. Oh dear. Shorts, hat trick, count it. What a shot. 3 goals, 4 shots, 1 assist. Now a 5-1 lead. Salting this one away.
Oh, World Series. Okay, I got it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. You broke my sports heart just there a little bit.
I'm from Seattle, so like I'm also involved in that, but
I'm somewhat sorry.
yeah, I'm sorry too. That's a rough one.
No, yeah, you had this Ranger fan actually cheering for y'all a little bit, but unfortunately for the Axe and Rose, they have us over here talking about baseball rather than this matchup here in Rocket League.
And that's how dire their situation is.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening right now. That got a little ugly. Let's reel it in here. Polar, good shot across. Shorts again, looking for his 4th. Misses it just wide to the left.
A GD Delight up against Polar. It's a bit of a mismatch. Canty, who I have been liking all night, he gets the best. Oh my god. It's so nice.
Was that his or was that Canty? No, Canty did the work. Delight did the finish. Looked like it would look like that alley-oop or LeBron threw it right up. That looked beautiful. 5-2. A little bit of time. You never know. Get a kickoff goal here. Get right back into this.
In between games, we talked about how Canty can be the setup guy and Delight can put him away. They just need to get that setup going more often.
Oh, you look at a play like that, Darkshade, all he had to do rather than going for the ball was make the bump and it would have been a wide open goal. And Shorts again. Another shot from Shorts. This time it's a rebound and assist. Polar gets the finish. Another assist for Shorts. Another goal for Rebellion. Now 6-2 with a minute to go.
Yeah, I don't know if Delight might have slowed down at all or if that was a full sprint back, but you've got to know that Polar's going to hit a hard shot away from the defender. So wherever you are, go somewhere else, and that's probably where the shot's going to come.
I like that advice. Just go find a place to be.
Wherever you are, that's the wrong spot.
You know, that's describes my Rocket League game in a nutshell.
I rated you very highly, by the way. I got to commentate your game.
Oh, you know,
played
sometimes,
very
like,
well.
you know, we talked about that blind squirrel every once in a while. Yeah, I really like the play here from Rebellion. I mean, everything they're doing, if they're not putting a shot on goal, they're putting it off the wall, which is creating those easy rebounds and easy opportunities to come back around. And you see Shorts, Polar, both kind of teaming up on those on each other's shots and just able to finish it around. I mean, it's just good team play.
Good clear from Dark Shade. Gogan's retreating. It's not something he's used to in the past 20 minutes.
Well, if we're going to take a positive, 6-2. Not as bad as game 2. But still going to end up in a 3-0 Rebellion sweep. Was a good game early. Got away from him pretty much all 3 games about midway through.
It was a very confident, very competent series from the Rebellion. They came in as the favorites, and they cleaned up just like the favorites would do. So no shocker there. Axe and Rose, though, I mean, there's positives that we can speak on. But by and large, it was a tough affair for them.
Yeah, if you're looking for a positive, I mean, let's be honest. I did watch them play in their last match versus Los Verdes. I honestly, even though it's a 3-0 game, I feel like they actually played a little bit higher technically in this game. Yeah, it was pretty defensive and they gave up some easy shots, but that's what you're going to do against tough opponents. Rebellion, they're a team that took advantage of those opportunities. You look, they had 11 shots between 2 guys, and Shorts and Polar were pretty much pelting the net all match. And those are the kind of matches where you can't just give up free opportunities. When that happens, you're going to get punished on it. And that's exactly what Rebellion was doing. But like you said, there was some positives from Axe and Rose. We saw a little bit better play there in Game 3. We saw more offense. We saw, honestly, a little bit better defense. But the easy opportunities came for Rebellion. They capitalized, and that was the difference. Really, in all 3 games, it was those taking advantage of the Axe and Rose mistakes pretty much equaled Rebellion goals.
And I'm interested to see if we're going to have a couple interviews coming. If I can have my choice, I do want to hear Canty, but I just don't think we're going to get that one coming today. Oh, we do have an answer. Can I play spoiler? Do we like spoilers, or do you want to be surprised?
Is it a no?
It's a no. We're going to have Shorts up first, and then... you know what? I'll keep my secrets. We'll have Shorts first.
We'll see if it's a delightful end of the day, but here we are.
Welcome into the booth, Shorts. Very... I mean, is this expected for you? It's a competent, very solid win for your side. Do we expect that?
I think we expect the best out of ourselves. Yeah, we want to come in knowing how good we can play every week, but we also know how the potential downside of our team, our floor is low. So we always want to come in with confidence and hoping for kind of the results today.
We saw a match like that. We came in talking about a team that was creating a lot of assists. There was a lot of team play. Once again, all 3 games in this one, pretty much every goal had an assist on it. How was it? How was it today with just the teammates around you being able to set up some of those goals?
Yeah, it feels really good as of late playing with the boys. We feel like we're really in sync in passing plays and finding the right spacing to get the passing plays. That was an issue we've had in the past where, we were looking for the passes, but the rotates weren't right to get people in the right spot. So that's kind of clicking right now.
You know what? After a really slow start in week 1 with no points, can you talk to me about how you've been able to build some confidence in the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, week 1 was really sad for us, but we had to go up from there, and we knew we could only go up from there. So that was the kind of the mindset that we went into it with.
For a game like that, you had 5 against Defiance. I don't even have the final tally from what it ended up tonight. But how was your confidence just playing offensively? It seemed like every time there was an opportunity for a shot, it was going in the back of the goal.
Yeah, that's kind of the way that we play, and the way that we try to play is, if you have a chance for a shot, you take it. Pucks on net is, if you listen to our comms, if you watch Polish stream, you'll know that we say pucks on net probably 10 times a game. So that's really just kind of a mentality and a play style of us. And yeah, it works out well if we have the speed to beat the other team when we get those shots on net.
And I'm no, sorry to cut you off, but I'm interested. If you come up anything other than winning the league this season, will you count that as a failure?
I think our goals are set that high. Yeah, for sure. We definitely want to take the league. the cup I think would be really fun to win as well. So we're definitely highly looking at that. But yeah, the goal is for sure to win the league.
You get a sweep in a game like this, but there's always things to take from it to want to improve on. What are y'all taking from this one, despite a sweep that y'all want to still work on?
I'm sure you noticed we did have a lot of double, triple commits, and our comms did fall off a little bit the end of the game. So I think kind of cleaning that up and the commits, which has been something that we've had issues with for a long time. So who knows if it'll ever get cleaned up? But yeah, those things we can clean up because good teams can really punish you if you make too many of those mistakes.
Yeah, I think I'm all out of questions. Any more for
Yeah, no, we're good from here. That was a fun one. Any commentator, any shout outs you want to make to the crowd out there?
Yeah, shout out to you both and Maz in the background running the stream for us and streaming the game. We love having our fans come watch. So yeah, shout out to any fans that were watching. Thank you for hosting.
Maz is the real MVP, and it was fun. And my initial broadcast was a good one to watch, kind of a clinic offensively from you guys.
Yeah, welcome to the team. It's good to have another commentator.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. We'll send you on your way, and congratulations on a great one.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. All right. That was your own Shorts, who just took a short all over the field today. Good play from him. We're going to have another interview before our second match of the evening. It's going to be Mr. Delight himself. Welcome into the booth. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Thanks for having me.
It's a tough one out there today. Obviously, it doesn't go the way that you want it to look, but what are you taking from that one?
Both of our losses so far this season came when we did not have our first choice starting three out there. Canty made his SGL debut here tonight. But, the main problem was didn't find a rhythm, couldn't get out of each other's way. You're not going to win games of SGL if you're double committing. You're not going to win games of SGL if you got two teammates in the other team's net at the same time. We just got to practice more, play together more, learn some discipline, learn some patience, and I'm trying to get better.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to shout out Canty. I think he was a very interesting player to watch tonight on defense. He was getting it done. As playmaker, I'm not sure how much he actually got himself on the goal tally, but he was making stuff happen. He was very interesting to watch. Do you have a favorite? This is such a loaded question. Do you have a favorite player that you like to play with so far?
Probably Wiggle, just because he's reliable, or Hamburger Herder. He's so reliable. If he says he's got something, I know he's got it. He's communicative. But yeah, I would really like to get some more playing time with Canty, because he's a little bit of a chaos monster. And I think once we can kind of predict what he's gonna do and play off of it, I think we could do some damage, but we just don't have the reps in yet.
Yeah, you talk about bringing a new guy into it today, and we talked about Canty out there, but it seemed like there were a lot of plays tonight where it was close to a finish, it was close to a goal. What do y'all want to do to kind of clean that up to make sure that that open ball finds the other net rather than kind of being sent the other way and given an opportunity the other side?
It's just training, I think. There were moments where we were really in all three of those games, and then at some point it just fell apart because Rebellion was winning all the second balls. We would get a touch, and the Rebellion were already applying pressure, or we'd get a save but not a clear. And it's just time in the training ground, getting those mechanics dialed in, I think.
Yeah, this whole game is mechanics. Recently, it seems like mechanics are becoming king. There was a couple seasons where team play was so valuable, and it still is, don't get me wrong, but right now it's like if you can individually make a nice flip reset play or a ceiling shot or maybe a ground pinch, something like that, that's almost more valuable. So any sort of mechanics prowess seems to be the way to go. But I'm interested in what you think. What is your ceiling for this season? I'm so interested to know. Last season was rough. This season, you guys look good. Like, where do you think you can end up?
I think we're a solid mid-table team. I think if we come in third, I mean, anything above last is a win for somebody who goes a whole season without winning a single series. Don't get me wrong. But aiming for that high middle of the table, third or fourth. And if we end up sneaking in a second or get into a last week dogfight with whoever's on top, awesome. But no, I think any growth is positive, and we already took care of that last week, getting our first dub. So we'll get our first choice starting 3 in next week, and we'll go get that second.
For sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. It was a pleasure talking, pleasure watching you guys tonight, and looking forward to the damage y'all can do the rest of the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Bye.
All right. No opportunity for shout outs. We have another game coming up here very soon. It's going to be Steel Army taking on Los Verdes. You've been hearing about it. This Los Verdes does not have Palace anymore, right? He's in the first division.
Yes, switch teams now.
So this is Trigga, Blue Sky, Arglis, a new guy, I'm not sure who that is, Mace, and Richter.
Richter? Yep. Yeah, I think it's gonna be
there's
one of those
Nadia
things
guy.
where they show glimmers of some offense. I think they're really gonna look to enhance that offense. They're probably the last game not what they wanted in terms of being able to put shots on goal. I think they only had 5 shots in 3 games, and that's not going to equal goals. You got to generate that offense to be able to stay in it and be able to get in there.
Yeah, I mean, do we expect them to pick up more points or? So okay, I do not want 2 sweeps in a row. I'm just thinking Steel Army is a very solid team, and Los Verdes has a lot to prove right now. So I'm going to predict sweep, unfortunately. And that's going to leave Los Verdes on the outside of points looking in. And these stats are not going to get any more favorable.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be the positive one, I think, here. And I probably am leaning towards yours. I want to do a 3-1. But 3-1s have not bode well in my favor after 1 tonight. And we'll see. I mean, I think it's one of those things. They're a Steel Army team that they're facing. They're a team that they have had close matches. They have been able to put both of the matches away. But in terms of teams that they haven't necessarily been able to just control the game. So I think there's going to be some opportunities for Verdes if they can get out there, get some confidence. Again, confidence is such a huge thing in Rocket League. If you're down, you're not going to play well. You're going to jump early. You're going to miss balls. You're going to do those accidental fakes. You don't want to do that. And I think on the other side, you're going to Steel Army team that they're playing with that opposite level of confidence. They've won close games. They have that experience. And I think when you have a team that is a team that has that kind of mentality, it goes a long way in a match like this. Looks like we are looking at our Steel Army stats so far this season. Blitz 9 goals, Debit 8 goals, Raisin with 6, Red 4 with 2. They're a team that has generated, like I said, a lot of close games. EC Eternal 3-1, FSD Azul, they won that one 3-0. In both of those games, they stayed tight. The Eternal game, the one that they dropped that match in that game 4-1 in the middle of it, but were able to rally for the 3-1 finale. They're a team that's going to play fast. They're a team that's going to be able to bump the ball around. They're a team that's big on assist. You look at Blitz, 9 goals with 8 assists. So he's a guy that not only likes to find the back of the net, he likes to set up his guys for the back of the net. They have played really good defense as well. So you look at one of those teams that they're going to play well. They're going to hit you. They're going to push you around. They're going to demo you. I really like, as we try to get Toad back in here from his crash, I like where the Steel Army team is. And I think I have confidence probably to be on that other side, but I'm hoping for a good game. And like Toad said right before he crashed out the kiss of death on saying it was going to sweep and then his computer dies on him. This is one of those teams that if Verdes wants to stay in this, they're going to need to score early. They're going to need to get some offense and be able to get in there and be able to go from there. We will also have another game coming up at the same time that we'll be doing a simulcast on, so we will go into that feed when it gets going. We look at the head-to-head a little bit here. We have 2-0 Steel Army, 0-2 Los Verdes. Game record, Los Verdes has not taken a game yet this season. They're going to be looking for that confidence from it. We look at the shots on goal for Steel Army, 9 shots per game. That's lethal. That's going to give you a lot of offense. And when you talk about a team that's nearly hitting at a 40% clip with those shots, that's going to be really tough. You have to play good defense. You have to not boom the ball away. And so we're going to be able to kind of go from there. And with that said, we're going to, it looks like, lose out on Toad, so we're going to be going live here in just a second with the first game. Right, we are going to have Steel Army Los Verdes getting things kicked off here. Game 2, Thursday night triple header. Thanks for joining us. We are here about to start game 1. It's Raisin Boy and Richter right off the mat. Both teams, couple bumps, feeling each other out. 10 seconds in, Raisin Boy eat good, clear up the line. Currently a 3-on-1. Mace is going to have to play smart here. He doesn't. Puts it right in the middle for Raisin Boy. Raisin Boy capitalizes on the mistake. Never want to put that ball across the middle. I don't think he had much choice there. That wall bounce was tough, and Steel Army finds the back of the net 1-0 right off the bat on the goal. So we talked about not wanting to give up opportunities. That was a really quick opportunity for Steel Army to go up 1-0. Red for another one. Gets a really lucky touch. Sends it skying up the top of the roof. Anytime you see those are just nearly impossible to defend. It's impossible to jump on. Not able to get a hold of it. Doubled up the lead really quick. Already 2-0 here for Steel Army. It's up the wall. Raisin Boy looking to make it 3. That's quick. 28 seconds in. 2 goals, 2 shots for Raisin Boy. He's feeling crisp. That's some confidence right there. You fly up the wall, get the shot, hit power, 63 miles an hour. If this is Los Verdes, this is not what you want to see. You have time to get back in this, but the way that it's played out so far, you can quickly see it go the other way really quick. Just like that, that's 4. That's a miss. Swing and a miss. Keeper catching a cold. Don't want to see that in a match like this when it's just been 33 seconds now into the match, a 4-0 lead. Toad in the chat, excited to get back into this. Unfortunately, he's missed most of the excitement. Already 4-0 for Steel Army. Steel Army 2-0 on the season and leading 5-0. Blitz doubling up his score, his second goal of the game. Gets ugly quick, folks. Rocket League giveth, and it can taketh. Just like that, 5-0 for Steel Army. The Riverhounds representatives, as Toad is joining us. Toad's joining us here, 5-0 game. Not much to miss so far.
Okay. Just want to make sure everything's still working. I'm back.
You're working. I don't know about the Los Verdes defense, though.
Oh, wow. 5-0. Okay. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Sometimes the commentator's silence is not a great thing to be listening to. As Trigga looks to get a shot on goal, hits it off to the side. Blitz, perfect control up the line. Can he get in the middle on the pass? Double tap, miss number 1. Raisin Boy. Yes, hat trick. 3 shots, 3 goals. Raisin Boy getting your hats on the ice on that one.
I'm looking at 6 points from Richter Recker. Top of the Los Verdes scoreboard is Mace with 32.
But that's not going to get it done. 1 minute and 30 seconds into this, and you're down 6-0. Yeah, I think the biggest thing you're seeing right here is every opportunity Los Verdes has to clear the ball, it's just getting attacked by Steel Army. It's just basically free play for them right now.
Good play from Mace, though. No third man, and Trigga moves up and kind of doesn't affect the play probably the way he wants. Oh, he's still on it, though. The attack's a little loose. It's not as sharp and refined. You're not going to cut through Steel Army with loose passes and loose challenges. It's going to need to be very precise and very calculated.
Yeah, what I like from Steel Army here is it looks like they almost get their 7th. Mace with a beautiful save there. That is how you play some defense. He was ready for that shot, but I think one of the difference right here is everything from Steel Army is controlled. They're putting the ball where they want it to. Los Verdes is having to react to all those offensive plays, and reacting is not going to bode well for offensive transitions in Rocket League.
As Bear is going to put the 7th in, we're past any sort of Brazil or Barcelona. We're already at 7-0, and there's still more than 2 minutes left. Is there a mercy rule? Is 10-0 a mercy rule?
Yeah, when you talk about the Brazil or the Barcelona, we may be talking about like my men's over 30 team getting beat by like a top
over
squad.
30.
That's where we're at right now. That's the kind of play we've seen from this game so far.
You're not 24?
Nope, we're an old person over here.
Oh, Demo. That might be a strategy. Just kill them.
What is it, the old Mighty Ducks play? Just hit them on the ice. Oh.
Hey, okay.
Couldn't tell if that was an open goal miss or just trying to set up Raisin. Either way, 8-0, and Raisin on the board once again.
And that could be a classic case of if you're gonna miss near post where it's predictable for your teammate, take a shot. We've all been there before.
So like Skyline's old people unite here. Let's not talk about our 20-year-old people here, but we may get closer to my age in this Rocket League match if we don't be careful.
Trigga. Good clear coming from him. Follow. Absolutely not. Red Force just there. No defense. There's the 9th goal.
Yeah, Blitz all over that one. You watch the easy redirect and ball bounces around. Not a very friendly bounce if you're Los Verdes, to be fair, but you don't have anybody rotating backside, and if your backside doesn't have that rotation to clear the ball out, it's 9 times out of 10 going to end up in the back of your net on an easy attack, and that's exactly what Blitz does. He was up in the air, he was there early, and put it down for 9 and probably almost 10 there.
Yeah, this game is gonna end up being longer than like 2 regular games, just with all the goal breaks.
Yeah, I think if you're Los Verdes, again, we talk confidence. Confidence may not help you here, but get a goal, get one, don't get shut out, whether it be this game, find something for this 3rd game. We've seen crazy things happen. Like maybe they can't play the rest of the match and they are done, but I think that may be the only thing that helps them.
This is like a trip to the dentist. You just pray it's over soon. Red 4 is going to make it double digits. Okay.
Instead, the dentist found another cavity, and now it's 10-0. That was beautiful, though. I mean, you talk about just a near perfect pass from across the map. I mean, that's right on the wall. That's a very tough finish. So while we're talking about this being a game that Los Verdes hasn't had much defense, that was a very beautiful play. And if you're looking at top plays of the week, that one's probably going to find its way on there.
Yeah, that one deserves some flowers. I like that. A little intricate misplay. No, it's not a misplay. Raisin's going to make the best of it, as it does get picked off him wide open.
There it is.
Trigger, the beneficiary of Mace, putting in some work.
Yeah, you talk about just needing one for anything. 2 seconds left. Finish it back of the net. That was a good hop. He came all the way across the goal, was able to finish. His teammate was a little slow to be able to react, but 10-1. First match there for Steel Army. Pretty much 99% of that game was played in the Los Verdes half.
I mean, just based off of momentum, Los Verdes probably has game 2, no?
Crickets?
Maybe not. You know, yeah. I still think it's going to be a rough one for Steel Army.
No, you look
And
right
soon.
there. I mean, you talk about Blitz. I mean, Blitz 4 goals, Raisin 4 goals, Blitz 4 assists. You got Red 4 assists. This is a game that they just were all over it. It was all offense. We talked about the pregame. They led in shots in their first game. They're a team that generates their own offense, and some of those shots don't necessarily find the back of the net, but they're finished. They're cleaned up. You talk about your garbage man being able to come around and put some of those balls that are off the back of the wall. That's exactly what they did, and they did it early. I mean, that was a 3-0 game just 30 seconds into that one.
I don't think it's going to get any easier for Los Verdes. I saw a sub here. Steel Army might just have a little bit more firepower coming in off the bench.
Get a sub out there. That's maybe the last thing that Verdes wants to hear. Especially if it's more firepower, because that's pretty much all they had in game 1. I mean, if I'm Los Verdes and I'm finding the positive side of this, I'm looking at this. Okay, if we can create some opportunities, they had some in front of the goal, and there just was nobody there to finish it. If they could kind of turn a little bit of that defensive mentality and switch it up a little bit, and be able to generate something in the midfield, being able to get those finishes upfield, I think that's what they were missing in game 1. And it's obvious to say that the 10-1 and it was 10-0 and 2 seconds left, but you got to turn something around. You got to find something and see what happens.
Oh, you know what? I think Maz actually has the ability to pause the game. So this actually is okay. I remember previous seasons, once the lobby gets going, there is no stopping it. But that just might not be the case anymore. We're living in luxury.
Yeah, as a Rocket League added feature, I think, 6 months, maybe a year ago, where you can fix things up a little bit and your admin can take over. Looks like they're about to unpause for game 2 now. Debit was having a little bit of issues getting things going.
All right, good enough. There's a game of Rocket League going now. Debit. Mace scores goal number 1. Okay, I was right. Okay, I was right. The momentum is with them.
All of it. Look at that. You upper 90 from cross field. I mean, anytime off the wall. Those are one of my favorite kickoff goals, because there's really not much you can do about it from the defensive side. You're collecting boost, and you're not able to get back that quick.
I wanted to give an introduction to Debit coming in for Bear, but before that could even happen, a goal just sails right over their heads from Mace. Quick defending from Debit. Can we beat a 10-1? On paper, Debit is a very clear upgrade, but early signs show Los Verdes is not going to roll over.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Debit, that was almost going to be a 2-0. He had a great rotation back there to make the save. But Los Verdes, a lot more offensive confidence here. I like this. I like the way they're playing. Debit kind of did a little bit of potatoing in the wall, and good opportunity there for Trigga, but he's demoed.
Over! Mace is going to make it a double. Okay, I'm going to point out the way they're playing. It's very smart. They're not combining all that much. They're having one player just take a shot while the other 2 players just spectate. And they remain solid on defense. And right now, it's resulting in 2 goals.
Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to last, but I like it. Look at that. Almost Trigga with a third chance. Misses it. Put Debit in an awkward situation, but Red 4 was able to rotate around and make the cleanup. Mace puts it right back into the Steel Army's side. They are generating a ton of pressure.
Oh, speaking of Debit, I watched back some of the commentating he was on last night. He said right now, like 5 sentences in a row. I was gonna make a supercut, but I decided to not waste my time. It's the funniest thing though, okay? If you're a debit goofball enjoyer, as am I, have a gander. He says right now, probably 30 times in 10 minutes.
Sorry, are you the debit fan club president? How's this working?
I'm a debit. Red 4.
Look at
Okay.
Red 4. What I
Enough
really like
yapping.
about the way Redford played that is he took control of the wall. Really didn't really give any chance for the Los Verdes defense to be able to get a 50 on that. Pretty much wide open shot towards the goal. Nothing between him and the net, and that's back of the net. 2-1 game, cut it in half.
It was a good job. He lined up next to, wow, another shot coming in. Yeah, that's going to be tie game Raisin Boy. But going back to the other shot, he lines up from the wall, so when the ball bounces out, he's immediately on a positive angle to hit that on a positive stroke. So he generates plenty of power. Same here with Raisin Boy. He's lined up very well. He can read the bounces. This is just something that Los Verdes is going to have to learn with time, and Steel Army has this skill immediately to line up the angles, as Mr. Right Now actually misses right now.
Yeah, Debit with a good look there. That was near impossible angle. You would have thought he could have hit it off the post. It was just nearly a 3-goal streak there within about another 30 seconds, but Los Verdes was able to survive. Mace, good 50 in the middle. Debit answers up to Raisin Boy, who knocks it off the corner. He's going to have an opportunity to put it down for the pass.
Oh!
Bacon knocks his own teammate away from an open goal.
I think in this case, it's not the strongest defense from Los Verdes. You can just leave that ball and rotate back. In a stronger defensive team, yeah, you do have to make that play. Try to get that intricate pinch, intricate pass, and beat the defense. But right now, I think the play is to just leave that ball there and get out. Good wall shot from Debit. Little skill check.
Yeah, those are some of the scariest plays, causing exactly like that. What a save from Mace! Off the post! Debit! No! Mace! No! Redford trying to clean it up for the shot. Raisin Boy back across. Nobody there. Trigger with the clearance.
This is Mace. There's 2 goals, of course, for Los Verdes right now. Both of them coming from him. 2 saves from all of Los Verdes. Both of them coming from him. So he's not just getting it done on offense and not just getting it done on defense. He's doing the whole dang thing.
Oh, that was unfortunate for Los Verdes. Debit sends the charge across the field. Easy goal. A little bit of poor rotation, but that's pretty hard. I mean, this is a 2-2 game, and I like that Los Verdes was playing offensive there. But when he has that kind of an open shot from across field, you're going to find the back of the net 9 times out of 10. Pretty easy shot there. Now it's about what you can do for me lately, and Debit says we're going to double it up. 4-2. Will that be game?
It's so solid from Debit. This is an easy skill for him. In the championship, yeah, maybe this is on the upper side, but Debit can do that all day long right now.
Yeah, what you really liked about his setup was clean. He was ready for the redirect if he needed to. Great spin around to get ball control, and had that opportunity if he needed it.
Trigger. Pass, chop.
Oh,
Oh, hits off
no.
the inner post.
Triple commit. Trigger was able to get back to stop the attack for Steel Army, but you really would have liked them to cut in the lead there.
Mace has to. It's just over his head. It's going to make it 5-2, and it's going to make it probably out of reach.
Yeah, that was tough. You're talking about a team, they're tied 2-2, 2 minutes to go, and you look up and it's a 3-goal game. Los Verdes has to take something from this. They have to feel like, okay, we did play good in the early part of this, but 5 unanswered goals in a game that they needed. I mean, you talk about losing 10-1, and you're up by 2. If you could hold on to that, I mean, that's huge to go into a tie game, but they give it up pretty quickly.
Frigga's not giving up yet. 30 seconds on the clock. Not to say it's impossible. It's just unlikely. And Trigga does not care about your odds.
You get at this point pretty much odds out the window. And you talk about a team that plays a lot of defense. Los Verdes not able to transition that defense to offense. And that's something that they're able to get countered on pretty much all throughout this game. I mean, Steel Army has cleared the ball and turns it into a shot opportunity on the other way every single time. Just like this.
Oh, that ball's still up. We could make it 5-3. Tepit might have tried to, or it was an ingenious save. One of those two.
We're going to go ingenious save. Put it straight off the ground.
Brilliant stuff. Steel Army takes this one way less confidently. Game 1, you'll remember, 10-1. Game 2, 5-2. Game 3, 2.5-3.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going with this, but I feel like you go from 10 goals to then giving up 5 straight to lose it. That's not the way you want to go. And you just look at the way that everybody play. They insert debit into the roster. 5 shots, 2 goals, 1 assist, 2 saves. You're talking about a team that was just, they were maybe a little overconfident to start that one. They were up 3-0 in game 1, remember, in just 30 seconds. They had to kind of ease their way and feel their way into game 2. Los Verdes, on the other hand, you look at 2 goals from Mace. They're feeling good about themselves. Their defense was playing well. They had a good transition defense. They just couldn't get that opportunity. I think there was a moment in that game it got to 2-2, and there was just one of those plays in front of the goal that they had a chance. It got cleared. Next thing you know, it's 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, game over, 2-0 lead for Steel Army.
Yep, we're getting some brief technical difficulties with Rocket League. It doesn't like us right now. But thankfully, it's waited to not like us for in between games. And that's the critical juncture. It's when it decides to be angry during the game. That's the problem.
You mean Rocket League has problems? What?
You know, can somebody ask one of those 50 devs in this league, when is Unreal Engine 5 happening?
Yeah, we got to play against those devs last night. That was not as fun as it should be when you have 3 devs on your opponent roster. It's one of those. I took a photo. I was like, "Hey, this is kind of cool," but no, those guys were not very friendly to us last night.
Zero as
bugs.
friendly as you can be in that situation.
100 unintentional features, according to Take Pillow. Perfect. Put that like across the tagline for Rocket League. Because that's what makes Rocket League great. And sometimes, I mean, you look at a game that it has weird bounces. There's weird things that happen. Yeah, every once in a while there's some laggy games. That's a different story. That happens everywhere. But the unintentional things kind of make it fun sometimes. So 100% Tank Pillow.
Yeah, is that like the Todd Howard approach? It just works.
Yes, exactly. You accidentally fall into greatness.
I think we are getting the lobby back up. Some of the teams are pouring in. Some of them are still waiting to get into the lobby. Steel Army, of course, lead this series 2-0. Immediately following this game, we're going to have our next series. They were willing to wait for us. It's going to be Eternal versus their opponents. I forgot. Oh, yes, Azul.
The opponent's team unknown.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think you look at a great way to ease into the weekend. 3 matches here, 3 fun matches. We had someone tell me that we could expect 3 sweeps, but you know what? The one game I don't know as much about is that third one, so I'm kind of excited.
I do expect the third one to be a little bit more of a close affair, so we'll wait to start yapping about that one because we have one more game of yapping. Probably one, let's be honest.
I'm hoping for more. We'll see what happens.
Red 4, open run up. Just about bar down. He hits that one as close to the bar as you want.
Yeah, if you're going to look at another game that they started off well, they did the same thing in the first game. Really slow in the second. What do they want to do in the third? They want to get that early score. Easy opportunity, power high. That's near impossible shot to be able to save if you're not up against the wall. And they were down on the ground at the time of the shot. That one's hard to defend.
Okay, make it a quick double. Blue Sky and Trigga the only players with points so far from Los Verdes. And that's fine, guys. There's only 11 seconds gone. We're not supposed to have 2 goals yet.
Yeah, pretty much a nightmare start for Los Verdes. Los Verdes was so much better in Game 2, and I was hoping we would see something, even if it was just a closer Game 3, and you're starting off like this, down 2-0 real early. And you can kind of see it in the way they're playing, that they all immediately have backed off. They're a little bit more defensive. Playing defensive in this game is typically not the right answer because it's going to make easy opportunities for your opponent.
Ball in, some tough defending to be done as Bear is up and gets a nice clear to the side.
Trigger a good 50, had a chance at the net. Blues can't make the play, had a decent chance, but again, it's still Army, all the answers on defense. They're able to clear it out and kind of avert any sort of threat and stop any early comeback. Oh, that was beautiful. Bear gets them off their toes, gets them jumping, gets them in the air. Look at the touch here. This is what you do. That's pure control to find the back of the net, and probably, I hate to say it, pretty obviously, probably put the game away.
I think so. Debit's already subbed himself out. He's done the honorable thing. Respect. Oof. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. I'm just in shock. I'm really looking for positives coming out from Los Verdes right now, but I don't know. It's almost like subbing Debit out allows Steel Army to just go no mercy. They're pounding this net.
Bear with an open shot. You look at Raisin with an open shot. Red 4 had to look like, well, what is happening up there? Just multiple chances they've been able to score, but when you have a 3-0 lead, you can mess around a little bit. You can work on a little bit of different team chemistry. You see just a little bit different, a little bit more passive, creative play than necessarily just going all out offense.
There's Mace chopping one across right now. Raisin Boy backboard defending right now. Blue Sky is going to race back toward his own goal right now, followed by Red 4 chasing him and a Bear Blitz goal right now.
Yeah, that's 2 goals on 4 shots for him. I mean, pretty much just playing with him at this point. Blue Sky pops it up. If you pop it up in that opportunity across goal, it's going to be in the back of your net pretty much every time, especially against a team that is playing like Steel Army is right now. What you really want to do is send the ball either to your sideboards or if you can get all the way across goal, but you don't get enough on it, it's going to pretty much end up just be a perfect pass for your opponent.
Mace needs some of that Mace magic right now. Here it is. Nope. He's turning around right now. Good save out of Blue Sky, but job's not done. Big clear coming out right now.
Yeah, I love the teamwork there. I mean, there was 3 people on that ball for that shot. It was really close to being a pinch, and the pinch is one of the harder things to defend when you're that close to the goal.
All the defending to do as that one is played in off the side, and all that pressure is released right now.
Yeah, I really like what Bear did there. You look at an easy clean. All you have to do is pinch it off the wall, send it down to the other side, and right away they were able to get an opportunity out of it, but Los Verdes was able to come up with the answer and prevent any further damage at this point. I think we're now about, 2 minutes without a goal, and that seems pretty rare for this match so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say so. Ball in. Oh, no. It could be a fifth, as Bear might have an easy run up. Yeah, it's going to be a fifth, and as the commentator curse so often goes, anytime you talk about how there's no goal being scored, there's just immediately a goal going to happen. I'm going to drop the right nows because that was already getting annoying, but yeah.
Yep, we, sorry, Los Verdes, when you re-listen to this match, that was my fault. I will have the faking defensive play on that commentary.
A little mea culpa. Oh, ball in! There's Mace! If there's one bright spot, it's Mr. Mace.
there's hints of it. Like, they have a beautiful play like right there. That's a nice fake coming across. Not sure if it was on purpose, but what a finish. I mean, that is a hard read where you're literally turning your car across goal to get power on it, and he puts it right in the middle of it.
Adefo instantly spotting the impending Brazil. Ilwy could be there.
I don't know how that's not just an official achievement. You do that and you get the Discord title. I think that needs to be a role.
If only we knew like 3 devs that could get that done.
But we don't talk about devs around here. They still hurt me.
Ball in. Good save from Mace. Post. Another good save.
Oh, look at that. Los Verdes doing some great defense there. Mace 2 saves. I believe the other one came from Triga. But some good play there on the defensive side to prevent any more damage in a game that, yeah, it's out of hand, but I actually really like the way that Los Verdes has played at the end of this game.
And that brings up a good point. Are we allowed to say trigger, or do we have to say trigger? Raisin Boy is going to make it 6-1, 19 seconds to get that Brazil.
Let's see, I'm triggered playing devs, and Triga is out here, whatever that was inside the goal.
It could happen. 19 seconds gave us 3 goals last night.
The crowd is on their feet. I can feel their energy.
The eggs are pulsating.
It's been about the most excitement we've unfortunately had. I mean, a game that was 2-2 in the second got ugly. This one, unfortunately, was ugly earlier. Baby! Nope.
4 seconds. Keep it in, Bear. Raisin's racing.
Oh.
No, faked out. Bear unable to get the catch, and that's going to end it. Series over at 3-0. Game 3 is going to go to 6-1. Can't get the Brazil, so really it's like an L.
Still Steel Army taking advantage against the Los Verdes team that's still trying to find itself. Unfortunately, falling once again for them, but you look at the way that Steel Army played. Again, everybody in on the action. You have Bear Blitz, hat trick, 3 goals, Raisin, 2 goals, Red 4 a goal. But then on the other side, assists, saves all over the place. Just a really confident performance from Steel Army. And I know we're going to be hopping into our second match probably pretty quick, seeing if we have any post-game interviews beforehand. Looks like a no. We're going to jump in early to that next match.
I think we're just going to go with a true doubleheader back-to-back, but let's highlight Mace. He's got to be my man of the match, at least for Los Verdes. He got it done on offense, got it done on defense. Of course, it was one-way traffic, but he was a bright spot. That's something to build around going forward.
Yeah, if you're someone like me, I love the category for saves. That's my favorite part about my game, is being able to play the good defense. And you look at the way that both Mace, like you said, Blue Skies too, 4 saves. Yeah, they're getting a lot of shots against them, and they're getting more opportunities to get those. But it gets a little bit of confidence. At least you can say your defense was hanging in there. If you're going to look for positives, it's those are your stat lines to look for. I just think that Steel Army, the way they pushed the ball was so impressive for most of that game. Every opportunity they finished it, and I think that was the most important part. You look at a team, they never let Los Verdes have a chance in that third game. Los Verdes maybe had a little bit of momentum from that kind of 2-goal lead they had early in game 2. It went quickly away, 5 goals in a row, a quick kind of almost execution, if you will, in that third game where they put it, and there was no questions as we went down the final couple minutes.
Execution, a brutal.
Yeah, I had to say it. It was rough.
Just like a lame horse. I believe we might have everybody we need. Maybe just one more player before we get going.
This is one, like I said, I'm excited about this. With these 2 teams I don't know as much about. I've seen a lot of the other teams play. I think this is going to be a good game. Again, we haven't seen a thing go past a sweep so far, so I'm hoping maybe. What are we? I don't want to say it. 3-2. I don't know which way. What do we think here?
I mean, that would be interesting, right? So this is a rebuilt EC Eternal team. Last season, Eternal was in the Premier League, and they had just about an entirely different roster. we did some moving around with the Seattle teams, and now Eternal's here in the second division with a almost entirely new roster. So very difficult to say how things are going to go. I'd like to think
who's my guy
game
to watch?
5.
Who do I need to make sure I have my cam on this one? What are you thinking?
Funk is probably your main man for Eternal. And let's throw out probably Dr. Aquatic is going to be your main man for FSD Azul. I think, okay, Aquatic is known to be such a well-rounded player, and Funk is very well-rounded. Deep Sea is a new player, so I'm not sure entirely what to expect. He's a bit of an unknown.
And we got Funk, Deep Sea Philosophy out there. Getting us started. The nightcap, game 3 underway. EC Eternal and FSD Azul.
Oh, there's an open shot. Philosophy's on that like a flash. Doughboy's going to have to do some solo defending. And that's
Deep
just
Sea
going to
is
be a whiff.
Still flying across my screen.
Funk goes low. Oh, and a big save. That's going to be just a complete goal. That save is worth a goal.
Yeah, Philosophy came across at a perfect time to be able to knock that away. That was a near perfect passing setup, too, which I did not see any chance that was not going to find the back of the net. What do you know? Good defense came across and saved it.
Funk, can he follow? He's going to wait, give Philosophy a chance to follow. And it's just going up and down and back and forward.
Not the cleanest start to the game. A little bit of boom ball. Teams are still trying to feel each other out. A couple awkward 50s.
Aquatic with a neat turn. He's alert. If you turn off ball cam for even a second, that would have been a goal. But that is a rookie mistake, and Aquatic is no rookie.
Yeah, I like what Aquatic did there. Pretty much controlled defense, took it up around, knew where his opponents were, made sure it got cleared back to the half line.
Ooh, ball in. Philosophy. That's an impossible save from that angle. Great shot from Doughboy just to put that one in a spot that nobody's going to get to.
Yeah, you look at two of the EC Eternal guys going upfield. While they're going upfield, Doughboy says, I will take that with a little loft. Gets out his pitching wedge, puts it right in the top corner.
Little salt for your chips. Waffle.
Watch out, my wife can make him around the corner if she hears salsa and chips right now.
Salsa and chips are a vice of mine. Good save from Funk. Another goal-saving effort. Mono, a mono. Shot coming in. One mono is better than the other. Dr. Aquatic's going to put him at 2-0.
Yeah, what I really like there is Aquatic's aggressiveness. Doughboy cleared out the house. Aquatic said, I'll take that. Power shot. Not much you can do there with the rabbit on top of the car. That one found the net quick.
It's good to see some of our players joining chat. We've got Raisin Boy after a sweep. Debit's in here. Good to see you guys. And, what? Where's Bear? Get Bear in here.
Funk looking to do something. Puts it across the goal. A little bit of awkward play. Aquatic able to clear it out. And Deep Sea playing in the deep midfield. Unable to answer the call to be able to put that one back towards the goal.
Aquatic cannot get over Philosophy. There's a shot coming in. Good save.
Deep Sea with a good
follow.
chance. Doughboy says, no, not my house. Cleans that one up. May have a chance on goal here, but it's Philosophy cleaning it up again. Looks for the 50, but they're able to clear it upfield.
This is much, much more competitive. Anyone can win this game. The slight edge, of course, is going to go to Azul as they've got the 2-0 lead. Could be 3. It should be 3.
That was almost the commentator curse once again. But yeah, exactly what you're saying. This has been a much more competitive game. There's a lot of kind of little bit ugly 50s, not necessarily a lot of ball control, which those games are really hard to read because neither team seems to be making a mistake, and almost a commentator curse once again.
Challenging toward your own net, a dangerous affair. Philosophy taking it out, full boost, sees a player to the left. Good save from Aquatic. That's that positioning prowess.
Just a little bit of kind of watching and seeing what's going on here. It seems like Eternal's just having a little bit of trouble getting that final touch. They've had some great 50s, they've had the ball in the right area, but it doesn't seem like they're wanting to get that final attack on it to put a shot on goal.
Bunk. Dusted by Doughboy. You won't say that too often. Doughboy is known as a very aggressive type, not necessarily the finesse player.
Philosophy, good play there to take the ball up the side corner with the demo shot. Oh no, off the post. Did everything but find the back of the goal.
You said it before. The hardest shot in the entire game is the open net. And it's even harder when there's a little bit of an angle.
Oh, there's a reason why one of my first Rocket League names was Open Goals Scare Me. Too true, too true to start things off.
Bunk keeping it in the orange half. Oh, I think we might see three. No, a pinch over. It's not really going to make a difference, but 2 is better than 3 if you're coming at this from the Eternal perspective. And really, 2 is enough if you're coming at this from the Azul perspective, because that's a free point right there.
I really like the way that Azul played that kind of last minute and a half. They knew they had the lead. They weren't too aggressive. They got a little defensive, but they were able to complete the shutout. You look at just the way that Aquatic played. 3 saves. Divine Waffle, 2 saves. They split up the goals between Aquatic and Doughboy. Pretty great effort there, like you said, from Azul. We said early on, that was a pretty 50-50 game. It seemed like it was going to bounce either way, and Azul was able to capitalize on their opportunities. On the other side, those open goals, you got to take advantage of those open goals. Those are the hardest thing in the game. I hate them. I have nightmares about them. But you look at if Philosophy could have got that last one, there was an opportunity that cuts it in half with about 30 seconds to go. Never knows what's happened on there. You get a little bit of luck on the kickoff, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a 2-2 game. From there, though, they're going to find something to bounce back. For EC Eternal, I think if they can just generate some of those opportunities, they had great passing. Now you got to find the finish, put it in the back of the net, get a goal, generate some offense.
Yeah, offense is what they need. They did get blanked there in game 1, and with the ending 2-0, that's a very manageable score as long as you're going to get some goals. Giving up 2 is not that bad.
Oh no, I'm feeling probably pretty good about that. There were definitely opportunities, and you said it towards the end of that game. It almost was 3. Azul had opportunities to make it 3, 4, maybe even 5, and I don't feel like Eternal had the offense to necessarily say confidently they could have generated more than maybe a goal if they could have cleaned one up. They had 6 shots on goal, so that's nothing to kind of snark at. They're going to need Deep Sea to step up, get some points, get some shots, generate something. Whether you're going to be offensive or defensive, you want to make sure you create some opportunities for the team. It looks like they have a couple subs coming in with Huskies entering the match for Eternal, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, welcome back, Huskies. It's been a minute. I got to be his teammate for a short while, maybe 2 seasons ago. He is fantastic when he's on.
Uh-oh, there was a win on that question.
I think he had internet troubles, if I remember back then, so maybe they're fixed, but that was his big setback.
You know, sometimes you just got to feed the hamster to get that wheel of internet going for you.
We've got almost a Guy Giverson comment, again, old reference, but in chat, Maz says, Eternal can take this if they step up in game 2.
It's the old favorite, the team
if they play better, they can probably win.
Oh, look at that from Philosophy. My goodness, the double touch was beautiful. The ball control, car control, everything. That is maybe the goal of the day for us so far. I'm not even going to say mate. That was the goal of the day.
It is. It's the 50 off the player, ball bounces off the wall, follow, taps it in ever so delicately. Pristine. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah, after being shut out in game 1, you want to have a goal. That is the one that can get you ignited and going in game 2.
Philosophy alone and gets 50'd into the upper net. Doughboy, again, we talked about he is a bit of a bully, as you can be in Rocket League. Very good at demos, very good at 50s. He's a physical player, and he just crushes a 50 on the goal line.
Yeah, you look at the Eternal side of that. They had 2 people sitting in net. Neither of them jumped at the ball right away, and Doughboy said, I will take that, and I will finish that. As Deep Sea,
Oh!
what a shot. Now their second goal of this match to make it 2-1.
And curious, does he miss this up high and then go low? Or does he intend it?
Yeah, that was hard to see what that second touch was. Either way, I'm moist. It was beautiful.
2-1, goals are pouring in for Eternal. We talked about how if they can just get a couple goals, their defense was good enough. And they're so far living up to that.
Yeah, Aquatic with a good defensive clear right there to potentially give them an opportunity to double up their lead. Now it's up to Waffle to clean house. Husky's waiting for it on the roof, puts it across the middle, swing and a miss. Don't know who that was flying across my screen, but swing and a miss.
Divine Waffle, ever important backboard clearance, and he gets another touch. Take a bow. That's really difficult for him to pull that off under pressure. That's a skill they were going to want to put into ever more use as this is a long season.
Yeah, completely agree on that one. There were 2 breathing down his neck. If he didn't get that second touch, that was going to be an easy wide open goal because no one was in the backfield.
Oh, good ball in. Deep Sea aware and just enough to put off the shot as Doughboy does have the follow. It looked like a defensive collapse, I believe.
Yeah, if you're going to look at that replay, Husky looked like he jumped off the corner. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to play. Deep Sea had a chance, but Doughboy put it essentially with the only spot that they weren't going to be able to put it, which is inside that inside post. They're going to want to look at that. They're going to want to clean it up. Not too pretty from Eternal, but hey, they're tied in a game that they got to take.
Instant shot. Doughboy is aware and tips that one to safety. 2-2, much more competitive. I think it was Maz called it out in chat that it kind of looked like Eternal was warming up in game 1, and that might just be the case. They're kind of finding a rhythm now. Oh, ball in
Beautiful
over
pass.
the top. Leave it. I
All
think Deep had a
3.
great angle.
Philosophy with the chance. Husky with a chance. Deep Sea went flying through. Nothing going. Waffle bangs it off the top of the wall. Not much offense here. It's a lot of kind of careful play. They know they're tied, but not really too many chances being taken at this point of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice play from, I think it was Aquatic, who took a really quick snapshot on net to force Eternal to get back on defense. Doughboy, speaking of defense, that's a goal-saving shot. No, goal-saving save.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play from Deep Sea. Deep Sea was almost able to come down on that. All of it, a perfect pass from Huskies across the goal. Like you said, Doughboy shut it down and said, no, not in my house.
Oh, get that out of here. Huskies just pumps it right back at him.
Yeah, that was beautiful. You look at a goal that's going to great use of momentum. We've said this game is super close. All it took was a 50 against the wall right to Huskies. Huskies took it and capitalized. That's what you have to do in a game that seems this close.
There's Funk in chat, cheering on the fellow Sounders as they are attempting to get first win. Is that right? I don't have the standings pulled up in front of my face, but first win or second win. One of those.
Cut to some standings in between games here, maybe.
It could be actually, yeah. This might be tied at 1, so that'll be a very interesting look.
Divine Waffle was a good look. Didn't look like he knew that the ball was right behind his head. Had a chance as it. Again, we're kind of back to this boom ball. Boom ball has helped actually Eternal because Azul was really good with that ball control in game 1. They have not been able to do so in game 2. And so this kind of feels like it favors Eternal a little bit.
Oh, good save, good positioning. Aquatic put in a finesse shot, right? When you go for accuracy over power.
Oh, Waffle.
Oh boy,
My
good
goodness.
play.
Waffle, he's not on the stat sheet on that. Clears out the defense. Look at that. 1 says goodbye to 2. Deep Sea goes flying. Aquatic cleans up the mess. Tied at 3. 42 seconds. This one's anybody's game. I really like this one. This is a good game.
Absolutely, and a bunch of unselfish play there from Azul. Someone not getting on the score sheet, and someone does. I believe it was Doughboy had the shot and kind of went for the pass just to secure the goal. Absolutely, instead of going selfish. Is that North Korea?
That is North Korea. I've
What are we doing?
refrained from saying it, but
Okay.
someone has to call it out.
What do they call
15 seconds
themselves?
left.
Like the People's Republic of Communism? What are they?
Right now it's the People's Republic of we need a goal to win this.
I think it is. Yeah. Divine
Seconds from our
Waffle.
first
Ooh.
overtime of the day.
It sure is. Oh, ball in. 50. Doughboy.
Oh, Doughboy had a good bearing on that ball. Hit it straight down into the ground.
Oh, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Okay. Got it.
You don't want to make the cliche of next goal is huge, but nobody home for Eternal. Looking to call. Oh my goodness. Someone just flew
Wow.
across my screen. I just heard a.
It really feels like whoever scores the next goal could take this game.
Oh no. And Husky goes flying.
Deep. Is
Philosophy
he gonna
sends
rip
it back
it?
to the same spot. And nobody home for whatever number 3 would have been.
Deep was a bit patient and cautious on that one. I don't know. I might have just rolled.
I don't
the
know what
dice
Deep Sea was doing after you said that. Deep Sea is having some trouble with the boost, but makes a good 50 on the corner. Philosophy's taken out. Doughboy trying to take advantage of Husky's clearance. It's Waffle putting it back in. Philosophy able to avoid the bump, clears it.
Yeah, that bump would have
Aquatic
done
was
right there.
Oh,
No,
no.
Huskies misses it. Near post. Waffle is going to be the winner of this game too. Aquatic, Doughboy, and Waffle all in the 400s. Everybody with a goal. Everybody with an assist. Everybody on their squad is going to come away with a full point. And nothing for EC Eternal. The injustice. They played so well.
I hate to say it. I was cheering for Eternal internally on that one. Had to slay that one a little bit slow, but Azul, just a soft touch. Sometimes the softest touches are the hardest ones to defend because you want to jump up, you get off balance, your car's already in the air, and just an easy goal like that. You hate to see it in an overtime to make it 2-0 for Azul, but that is just really unlucky for Eternal.
Yeah, with the change-up shots, it's almost like you can't trust your reflexes because you're expecting that one to come in. You're controlling your car as if it is, and then once you realize you have time, it's like a different part of your brain takes over, and it's the part of the brain that's not good at Rocket League.
Which is most of my brain, if we're being honest here. But you look at
I
just the way it
saw
plays.
your game. It's not true.
I'm all about self-hate. Let's just be honest. It's just how I have to do it. But we look at the way that the stat line kind of lined up. I mean, look how even these stats were for Azul. I mean, Aquatic, 484. You look at Doughboy, 447. Waffle, 442. Just a perfectly balanced game. Like you said at the beginning of that, they were all on the stat board. They all took part. They all had an assist. They all had a save. It feel like that was just a good team win. And then that change up for that fourth goal. Hate to say it for Eternal, but that seemed like a pretty clean game from Azul. They want to put it away. Again, it's been 50-50. It's been a coin toss, it feels like, this whole game. So you never know. I called for a 3-2 at the beginning of this. I still feel it. I still feel a 3-2.
I would love a 3-2. It just seems like they flipped the coin. Azul, I think Eternal was a bit slow in game one, so Azul earned that one 100%. Game two, bit of a coin flip. Eternal's going to have to win 3 coin flips in a row if they want to take the full series. It seems unlikely, so I'm going to change my prediction to 3-1. One more coin flip for Eternal, and then Azul close it out.
Okay with that. I think if Eternal's going to get back into this, they need to get a little bit more physical. I think you look at some of those goals for Azul is because they pretty much cleared out the defense and just gave an open opportunity if Eternal wants to come back. Give them some of their own medicine, bump them out of the way, demo them, create those opportunities for yourself. And I think if you can do that, get those coin flips on your side. I'm still calling it. I want a 3-2.
Well, there might be an opportunity. We've got Huskies, Funk, and Philosophy in. I like the lineup. This could be their strongest lineup, but it's really unclear. It's a bit of an unproven team, unproven chemistry, so that might be why they're rotating so much. I just don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a hard thing too here is it's just you got to create that chemistry. And I look at our team with our Dallas Burn squad. We're a bunch of new guys playing together, and there's a bunch of us playing at the same time. And it's both good. It could be bad. You feel like you're in a groove, and you're going to sit out a game. And again, I'm a guy that I don't mind sitting down. I like to give the team out there, and I'm the most mechanical guy. But chemistry is huge in this one. You want to know where your guys are going to rotate.
All I know is that Pico David just needs to be a permanent starter over Caesar at this point. Like,
oh man, there's a lot of call-outs for this one. We're gonna avoid that one. We gotta be team PR, avoiding that conversation.
Ball in. Oh wait, might have done his own team here. Divine Waffle, last one back with plenty of boost and plenty of patience. Most importantly.
Yeah, I think it was kind of weird. I was actually watching Funk on that one, and Funk looked like a fly on the wall, just kind of sitting up there. Wasn't a part of the action. If they're gonna do this, they need all three players to be in the play, and it seemed like there was an opportunity for him to get into the game, and it was kind of just a little too defensive.
Well, there's kind of a couple elements to that sort of thing, right? It's rotations, timing, and trust. So, do you know how to basic rotate? And if so, do you know the timing of it? And if so, can you actually trust your teammates so when you go, they drop back? And when they want to go, you have the awareness to drop back, right? So that trust is not just instant, it's earned.
Oh, I really like that from Aquatic. I thought that was going to come straight down. He had a chance. Unfortunately, it bounced straight out and away from the play. And still 0-0 here. One more 2 minutes played here in the third game of a game that Turtle has to have.
Good awareness from Waffle off the line.
I was trying to give y'all a goal. I was trying to go some commentator curse. It didn't work on that one.
100%. I am actually so curious. What is the reason for the North Korea flag? It's got me thinking.
They just want to bother the commentators.
I guess.
Some really good defense here. I mean, there's been some really solid saves on some difficult shots. Not necessarily the most power on them, but they're in uncomfortable positions, and putting your opponents in uncomfortable save situations typically is going to lead to a goal.
Typically, so far, nothing, but there's still plenty of time. And of course, if we don't find anything in the next 2 minutes, we're going to have infinite time to get it done in extra time, right? Maybe we set a brand new record.
Almost the commentator's curse there. We're trying.
Wow.
We're really trying to generate a goal in this one.
Yeah, no. I should have shut up way long ago.
No. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Aquatic comes home with a sweet finish. Kind of dove in on a ball that wasn't really cleanly cleared. Funk had a chance. Nothing. Aquatic threaded the needle past Philosophy to give that opening goal. So now it's Eternal. They're chasing. They want to avoid that sweep. They got to generate a goal here.
They need one. They're on the back foot. They're on the wrong side of a 2-0 series scoreline. I feel like they deserve at least 1 point coming out of this evening, but right now, we've just got a complete performance from what is a very, very solid Azul team.
Yeah, I really like what Azul's doing right there. They pretty much packed house and said, you're not going to get a good shot on this. Great rotation for defense. Could lead to some offense.
Ooh. Open net for Doughboy.
Oh.
There's a Rule 1 respected on the wall. Nice.
That was about as tough as you get. Philosophy almost cleared it out. It was Waffle and couldn't see. Was it Funk on the other one?
I believe it might have been Funk.
Funk with the poor rabbit on top of the car. Had to watch that one fly into his own net.
Was it worth it, Funk? Was it?
It's always worth it. Gotta respect that roll 1.
Huskies and Funk colliding. Aquatic, he's gonna win that 50. Zero boost to follow it. Funk is looking to get aggressive, and Philosophy whiffs. Unfortunately, Husky's gonna have to do some defending.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity, a great look for Philosophy. There's been a couple of those, and that's what I said. This is one of those 50-50 games. When you get those opportunities, you gotta score those. And there's been a couple of those that Philosophy has had. And if you're gonna take something from this game, it's that they created the opportunities. Just like this one,
patience.
another beautiful finish.
I did not think Huskies. Hang on. It was an own goal.
Yeah, we had a demo, and we had Waffle sending it into his own net.
What are we doing? I mean, regardless, this gives EC Eternal a lifeline. 20-some seconds. But,
I'm gonna borrow an Eternal jersey. I'm putting it on. I would
okay.
like to see an extension of this game.
Another one, Doughboy, not known for his amazing defending, but he's good enough, and he's good enough there.
Pretty much just have to touch this away to send it home for the sweep, and an opportunity.
Oh,
Not able to send it towards the goal.
You're gonna have to catch and flick, and neither happen. Ball touches grass. We've got 3 consecutive sweeps.
Yeah, it's sweep season here on Rocket League, and nobody likes sweep season. GGs have been called. It's been dedicated to you for a great call.
Yeah, me or Skyline, you never know.
Yeah, I think that's tough. I mean, again, I think Azul that was a really good team win. That's really the first one that you've seen anybody not around the same stat line. But Doughboy, again, coming up clutch, 3 saves, a goal in that one. Aquatic picking up the other goal, and it was just enough to edge Eternal. It was a game. I mean, honestly, that game felt... Every single game in that series was close, and it doesn't feel like a game that Eternal deserved the sweep. But that's Rocket League for you. You don't generate goals, you don't finish that open goal, and you get punished for it. And Azul was able to do that, and I really props to just the way Doughboy, both offensively, defensively. You mentioned it, Doughboy, who you don't always hear on the defensive side, feel like played really good defense to seal that win.
I mean, you said it, as Eternal was edged for 3 games in a row, and they just couldn't get it done at the end.
Yeah, it just felt like one shot. I mean, Philosophy had a chance. Funk had a chance. I feel like Husky was putting up passes. They couldn't get them, and likewise the other way around. And that game could have gone either way, but Azul is already riding home. And, man, it is 11:20 East Coast. I was thinking we were going to be playing for a little bit, but 3 sweeps in a row, and now we're just waiting for interviews.
And speaking of interviews, if everyone's ready, which I doubt we are, but it looks like we are going to have a couple. We've got Frontera, aka Azul, is going to be coming up first, followed by Eternal. And up first for Azul is going to be Dr. Aquatic himself. My player to watch for Azul, and he came good in all 3 games. Welcome into the lobby, Dr. Aquatic. How are you doing?
Good. How about you?
Okay, if I'm honest, I was disappointed that we had another sweep. But aside from that, I'm doing great.
Hey, I'm glad. I feel like I always step it up another level when you're commentating. So
I'm glad to help you out against my
give you a little shout out there.
From the unbiased side of things, it felt like that game, like all 3 of those games were really close, teeter-tottered either way. Did it feel like that on the field, that it was close, or did you guys feel confident like, hey, this is ours, we just need to finish it up?
I mean, they definitely felt close. I mean, all I think they had 5 people play for them, or maybe it's just 4, but I couldn't notice a difference between any of them that went to the lineup. They're all solid players, and they definitely had us teetering there at times. And shout out to EC Eternal. They played a hell of a game. I spied on the series that they played from the first week against Steel Army, because Steel Army knocked the socks out of us. So I just did my homework a little bit, and luckily we were able to pull out the victory. But yeah, it definitely felt close. It felt like if we made a big mistake, they were definitely going to capitalize on it, and vice versa. We felt if they made a mistake, that we'd capitalize on it. So it was just going to be whoever could be more consistent throughout the matches.
Yeah, I mean, you were incredibly consistent. Yeah, at least to me, you're known as a very nice all-round player, very competent in defense, midfield, offense. There's really no deficiencies there. I mean, you've played with your teammates now. Do you have roles kind of assigned to everybody? Do you have a skill set that's known about you and your team already, or is it too early to tell?
Well, I mean, me and Doughboy have been playing right for a few seasons, and usually we're lining up together. So I think Doughboy knows the way I play. I know the way Doughboy plays, and we're very rotational heavy. And I know Doughboy likes to get on the demos. Waffle, we played a lot of warm-up matches in the previous weeks, and I know Waffle's solid in the air. If we give him chances in the air, he will finish them. And I know for Waffle, just making sure that our rotations are clean. That way he feels confident and can go tack the ball. And if he happens to whiff, or if anybody of us happens to whiff, we're confident that the guy behind us will be there to save the day. So I think none of us are really focusing on individuality. I think we're just focused on having solid rotations. And, if someone makes a mistake, if the rotation goes correctly, someone should be there to clean it up.
We look at that second game into overtime, with what seemed to be a pretty crucial game in that kind of coin toss atmosphere that the series was. It's a little change-up type of goal that wins it. What do you think led to that? It seemed like some physical play created some opportunity, and then what is it? I think like a 25-mile-an-hour goal ends up winning it. What were y'all thinking in that overtime, and how was it to kind of get a goal like that to take that second game?
Well, I'll take it back to game one. I think, we knew they were really good rotationally. And so that first game, honestly, my goal was just let's not concede a goal. And in game two, they scored pretty early. I think Philosophy scored pretty quickly on us. And I think that kind of threw us off a little bit because we kind of wanted to be very clean considering the amount of goals we gave up against Steel Army. But yeah, definitely in that game, I think we had to get really aggressive. I think we even called it out with like a minute 30. I think I broke rotation, and then Doughboy called me out on it, and I said, well, we got a minute left. We gotta go for the goal to tie it, to take it into overtime to begin with. So I think after that we were just, playing aggressive, and we knew if we could pressure them enough that we could score, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I've got back-to-back questions for you. We're gonna go a completely different direction.
You're gonna ask about the chat here, aren't you?
I'm hearing in chat, okay. You boil and overcook your chicken. You overcook your chicken by boiling it. I just want you to maybe help us out with this allegation.
Ooh,
no comment here.
Ooh, I don't know. I guess.
Okay, I think that's true. Confirmed.
Yeah, you got me there. Can't dispute that. You caught me. If I was confident I didn't do that, I would have answered right away.
Yeah. Real question though. Your fourth teammate, I believe the name is Tech9. Is that right? I haven't seen them play. Have they had any time yet and I just missed it? And what can we expect?
Now, Kima's definitely in the roster. He's been asking. And Kima has played like a lot of, private lobbies with us and stuff. So, Kima's a big fan of SDFC, and I'm sure at some point we'll give him a run out. But same thing as the four of us, rotations. So I think we kind of taught him, at least in those private lobbies, about rotation and where to be and what to do. So hopefully he's been playing a lot. But yeah, another solid guy that should rotate well in the lineup.
Yeah, I tried to find him on the Rocket League tracker. Couldn't do it. Can you enlighten us? Like, what can we expect? Is he mechanical, rotation heavy, defense? And give me a rank. I'm very interested.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Kima was like plat, like mid plat. I think. I can't remember correctly. But I mean, Kima was very solid at like knowing the rotations and stuff like that. Obviously, we've all been there. Just got to work on, flying, flicking the ball, getting solid hits. So he has the rotational part down. I'm sure he's working on the other things that make a well-rounded Rocket League player.
Just want to let Smashly know in the chat that we're paid by the hour, so we have to extend this interview as long as we possibly can. Last question for me: what are y'all taking from this that y'all want to improve going to the next match?
Definitely that we could compete against the top team. So I know Steel Army beat the crap out of us, but I think that was a one-off. I think we'll be better the second time around, and I know we have some solid teams coming up. So I just think we feel good that we can get a victory against a great team. That's why it feels good, because EC Eternal is a great team, rotate well, so we can feel good about that. And hopefully we can take that momentum into playing a team like the Rebellion, playing a team like the other EC side. So it gives us some confidence that we can rotate well and win.
Great, appreciate it, Aquatic. I'm gonna cut Toad off before the chat yells at him, so we're just gonna keep him safe from the community. But we appreciate it. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Shout out to my boy Toad. Every time you're on the stream, I gotta ball out for you, man.
Let's go.
He was wearing your
appreciate
jersey
it.
all match, so he just needs to get a signature now.
Just never again versus Seattle, please.
Those are my favorite matches, though. All right, y'all have a good night.
Appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
We gotta save you from the chat. So the chat there's some anarchy going on over here.
It's just smash. There's no saving me from.
It's really just one, right? That's just
Yeah.
one causing chaos.
Former captain couldn't handle the heat, and then he just defaulted me to captain. So that's Smashly. We should have another interview coming from Philosophy Girl any moment. Someday. Could happen.
All right. While we wait, what are we thinking? MLS playoffs this weekend. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Take it over.
Hello. You played great. Everyone actually did play great on both squads, but somehow it was a sweep. How are we feeling?
Oh crap! I have the stream on. A horrible echo. My heart is racing a million times a minute. It has nothing to do with the 3 monsters I've drank today. So yeah, interesting game. I felt like at every moment it felt winnable, and then we got 3-0'd, which was a bit of a weird feeling. Because it was just like, we can get back into this, we can get back into this. It honestly felt like that even in the last few seconds of game 3. Like, if we can reverse sweep, if we just, it just felt like there was a chance, there was like a switch that could have been made, and it didn't. So, a little disappointing, but I think we're doing pretty good. We just need to get that win,
Seems like one of those games. I said it 100 times. I know Toad was calling me out in the chat for saying it was a coin toss every single game. Did it feel like that on the field? It was just it was 150 away.
Game 2. That didn't feel like a coin toss. That felt like we should have won that. And we had the jump. We were going back and forth, and we scored first, so it felt like, okay, we're going back and forth. We're probably gonna, and I think we were 3-3, and instead of us scoring next as it had been, they scored next, and that just, or no, it just stayed tied, and we went to overtime. Oh god, that was an interesting game.
And just following up to that overtime game, a goal like that goes in. It has to be disappointing, but at the same time, the fact that you guys battled to get to that point, do you take some positives from that?
I guess. I mean, I do. Like I said, I feel like we played well. I think we're a good team. I'm excited for next week. I don't really think we wanted the bye last week anyway. It felt a little weird to do our first game and then just sort of like sit around for like a week, but excited. Fuck. My heart is literally like, I got so sweaty. Like, they were really pushing us. Like, I feel like we did so well, and they pushed us to do so well, just to even stick with them as well as we did.
No, absolutely. I was going to comment, like, whatever you do, do not buy a lottery ticket today. This is not the one after that many coin flips gone wrong. But it
Yeah.
seemed like at least a point would have been maybe fair. But I guess ball don't lie. I guess.
Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie, but we'll be back next week, and ball won't lie the right way.
The, the ball won't lie all the way to 4 points.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Can you give me some insight on what you think is your best lineup without throwing too much shade? You can couch it all you want,
Yeah.
but what do you think is your best lineup?
Well, we just got Huskies, and it's like the first time we play with him. So I probably would have said me, Deeps, and Fung, but he's good. Like, and a Difo. I mean, we still want to play a Difo. I don't really give a fuck. This isn't RLCS. I don't think any of us are gonna tell anyone no. He just had to work this week.
I was gonna ask. He's in the lobby, like, alone in the voice chat. I think more than not.
He's at work, watching in the voice chat with us. Yeah, he's a good teammate. I like him. He's a good friend. He's cool.
Hey, you talked about your Huskies joining, and we actually mentioned as he was entering the match that, hey, this could be a guy that's a game changer. Do you think that's just going to be a chemistry thing? Y'all get working together and you can see it build from there?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I felt like we had really good chemistry, though. Like, of course, we played for like 2 hours before this all together, with some other Sounders people in the public voice chat for preparation, like we did last time. So we were definitely, like, fired up, at least for the day, you know.
Hey, there's a Dayfo. There he is in chat. He's, as expected, he's working.
Yeah.
So, but he's also here, and that's also expected.
He has his Emerald City jersey on at work, right? That's what's going on.
Is there an
The
Emerald
Dayfo?
City?
Can we
Do
answer?
we have a jersey?
If you don't, you got to get one now. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, see, there we go.
absolutely.
Yeah, confirmed.
I don't think I'm not Faker. I don't have like an esports jersey. But
Do we
yeah,
have
no.
a win yet? Sorry to cut in. Do we have a 4-point win, or is that still coming up next week?
What do you mean by do we have a 4-point win?
I can't remember the table yet. I know you have some points.
We have one. We have
One, okay.
win.
So the
We
4
have
points is
a-
happening next week, is what I'm being informed by the scriptwriter.
Oh yeah, the scriptwriter. I've been talking to him, giving him some notes.
It sounds like she's right at the amount of monsters to get that 4-point win. So now it's just a matter of making it happen, right? That's where we are.
Yeah. No, I need to go beyond. I need to reach levels that I only reached in college.
Amen to that, us old people.
But yeah.
That's all my questions. I won't keep waffling. You know Smashley. He's ready to go.
Yeah. Well, there's also a waffle you can you can interview. Because I saw the name of one of them over there. But okay, is that?
Yeah, we appreciate you.
All right.
Thanks so much. It was a good match. It was
GG.
close. Get it next week.
Do you want an opportunity to shout out to people before you leave?
To shout out my team, yeah, for sure. Huskies, I don't think any of us have Twitches, but Funksider, Deepsy's great. Deepsy serves up some fucking amazing shit. That game where we beasted against Steel Army, I scored a lot of goals, but he had some amazing assists, so he's great. All right, well, GG's. I'm gonna hop off. All right.
All right, I appreciate your time. Thank you. All right, that is Philosophy Girl for Eternal. Unfortunate for them, a result that does not go their way. Maybe doesn't even result the effort on the field. It's a third consecutive sweep in a row, leaving them with 1 point on the table. But yeah, let's swing over to the fixtures for this week. Again, I guess let's just go over the new stuff. Axe and Rose, swept by Rebellion. Steel Army, sweeps Los Verdes. And EC Eternal, swept by FSD Azul. That all happened in this stream, so if you missed it, I don't think we can go back. Wait for it to end and then watch the replay or the upload on YouTube. To recap the week, El Matador dropped Game 5 versus La Cinco Doce, and I believe that was their first win of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Emerald City RC take down Sounders RC in a bit of a civil war match in Game 4. And then your own Dallas Burn fall to FSD Chrome, who look very, very good this season. And there's one game to go. Timbers Army versus KC Cauldron. That's going to be electric. Two fantastic teams who go the distance every season. At least every season that Loy Boy is involved for Timbers Army. He's nuts. And that's going down tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern.
Yeah, good night. You look at, there's 3 sweeps, but I think we at least ended with a close game. It felt like a close one despite the sweep. And our sponsor tonight, Sweep City, sweeping all of our matches 3-0. So it feels like just one of those things where they were predicted to go a certain way. They kind of went a certain way and they went there. But I think if we're looking at a team that could probably take the most positive out of night, I think it's Eternal. I think at the end of that, any of those 3 games, they were right in to take at least a point there. It felt unfair that they didn't get any of them. But I think that's the team I'm looking for. That's the team that they left with positives. They left hyped up on Monster. Monster's going to get you some dubs. So I think they're feeling at least a little bit good about themselves. But I think the one I was probably the most excited to see was Rebellion. Rebellion lived up to their name, put that game away pretty early, and Steel Army had a little bit of an easy cakewalk in some ugly scores, but it was an exciting night despite the sweeps.
Yeah, and to speak some life into Axe and Rose and Los Verdes, they're playing probably the top 2 teams in the league by some margin. So however they perform, whatever positives they can take will actually be effective for the rest of the league and the rest of their matches going forward. So it's not just a little consolation like, oh, Canty played okay. No, Canty's going to be great this season, guys. So they just had really tough opponents, but look forward to those players to be the talisman going forward. So there are positives to take away, even if you got smacked up the side of the head.
All right, let's look at the important thing. Where's the table? Let's drop the table to
The
call this
table.
thing.
There's FSD Chrome. Yeah, that would make sense. The talented team, as you might have experienced.
Yes, we got the wrong end of that one on our side. Dallas Burn 1 and 2. Our win was the most exciting maybe of the season, though. I'm gonna just say it. We reverse swept our way into it. To be at 1 and 2, El Matador probably feel a little surprised for them that they're at 1 and 2 right now. I think where we look at on the Premier side, there's a lot of coin flips over there, but you're right. Chrome is everything that it seems like they were sold to be. I'm really interested to see tomorrow night's match. You see Cauldron going for their 3rd match versus Timbers. Cauldron wanting to stay undefeated when they play tomorrow night. Timbers Army wanting to get up above and stay above 500. I think that's going to be a good match. I think it's 2 teams that have a lot to prove, and it's 2 teams that are going to decide where they want to be at the table. Do you want to be in the mid pack? Do you want to get up to the top? And an early season, just your 3rd match of the season, can go a long way getting those points early in the year.
Yeah, absolutely. KC Cauldron, Timbers Army, they're gonna be, I think, top 4, right? There looks to be a divide. Chrome, ECRC, KC Cauldron, and Timbers Army seem to be on a different level, and maybe unknown how El Matador and Dallas Burn can perform after the split. La Cinco Doce and Sounders RC, probably a lot to prove for the rest of the season, so I might expect them to be on the bottom 4, but anything can happen. Over there on the right, it basically looks like Steel Army and Rebellion are in a dogfight for the top spot, and everyone else is just below them.
Yeah, I think you said that right. There's a reason why the 3 sweeps tonight are the 3 teams at the top. Steel Army and Rebellion kind of has set the standard. I don't think Azul's gonna be. They're gonna want to come back and they're gonna say, hey, we could be in that conversation too. You heard that a little bit during the post-game interviews that they feel like that second matchup, when they get their chemistry down the line, is going to be different. You look at Rebellion; they're able to take care of business as well and put their game away. And I think what's actually a little bit more interesting than the top of the table, it's that fight at the bottom. I mean, yes, there's some confidence there for some of those teams. I think when you look at Eternal, they probably feel like they should have some more points. You look at Defiance, probably feel like they could be a little bit stronger. Axe and Rose too. I mean, those teams played pretty well. Eternal and Axe and Rose, to the point where maybe it's a little unjust that they got swept. Probably could have got a point. They played pretty well. So I think they're going to want to be part of that conversation to go down this. And I think it is probably a 2-team race, but don't count Azul out just yet.
I think you said it. That's the recap on the table. EC Eternal on 1 point, Los Verdes on 0. It's going to be a tough uphill battle for them, so we'll look to see some positive storylines later in the season. I hate seeing teams go winless. I don't expect that to happen, but it's happened before, and yeah, that's always a sad thing.
It happens to us mechanically challenged individuals.
Yes, I was going to comment. It's been such a nice stream. This is your first time commentating. I'm going to shout that out. So
yes, it's been fun. I like it. I feel like I'm back in the commentating seat for the first time in a while. I have not done commentary since doing Division 1 basketball on the radio, so it felt fun. It's obviously a pleasure doing it with you and the guys that have been a part of the SGL. I'm new to this. This is my first year in. It's been fun just gaming with you guys, playing with guys like Caesar on our team, Hype Man all over across our team, Luis throwing down in Battlefield. I mean, everybody in here has been really great. So for those out here listening, it's a cool community to be a part of, and just kind of excited to see where it can grow and maybe bring in some of those things that I've done in my kind of professional past, maybe into this league, and we can do some cool stuff.
Well, I didn't know you were coming in with credentials. I was going to say great job for your first time, but now,
yeah, I've done a little bit of some basketball and some other work. So yeah, we've been here.
Okay. Well, I'm not as impressed now. But
I'm sorry. I'll do better for you next time.
No, it was fantastic. Such a fun time. I want to shout out people in the chat. I'm seeing Caesar. Maz has, of course, been here the whole time. Andrea, a.k.a. Philosophy Girl. Deep Season here after the game. Funk and Debit. And we're going all the way back to Smashly and Bird. The Sergeant Patrol. I can't remember who that one is. Doughboy. So many people are on here and back. Luis Raisin. We had Debit.
Sergeant
and on and on it goes.
Aquatic. Yep.
Aquatic, yeah.
Yep. And Spanky. And again, a huge shout out to Maz. Like, the production that's done here, like, is amazing. Like, to have the broadcast.
And a Dayfo, sorry.
Yeah, and what's funny, he was the most active in the chat, so I'll call that. At work watching us, so even more props there. I'll enjoy that. But yeah, Maz, like, this is such a cool production, such a cool thing to see streaming and just have fun playing some games.
There's Skyline, aka the other Toad. But I think it's probably our time. Remember, tune back in tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern or 7:30 Pacific for what could be the premier match of the week, Timbers Army and KC Cauldron, because of the implications. It's been a great stream. Three consecutive sweeps, but it's been fun the whole way around. It's been a pleasure. I think it's time to hop off. So I've been Toad Death. I've had a great time. And thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Toad. It's been a pleasure. And y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all next time.